All right, welcome to the Best of Five podcast.
I am King Fuyoshi.
I'm Nerf.
And I'm X.
Welcome. We have a lot to talk about today. This is our official episode 2 here at Hashtag Arena. You are here this time. We had the full cast. We got the full cast, and we got a little extra something for you later on. We'll get that special surprise.
Get that for me.
But of course, because this is the official episode 2, we do need to start off with some brackets. In the last week, we've had some interesting stuff. So we can go ahead and start off with just chronological order. So at Smash at Xanadu on Tuesday, we had a couple interesting topics. So ZD ended up winning. ZD having a continuing his
ZD.
pretty strong run lately. I
Okay.
mean, he's been popping off the last couple months.
I was about to say, hasn't he been consistently?
Yeah, very good. I mean, obviously he wasn't at the grind on Friday, which we'll get to. But I mean, he won Smash at Xanadu, so winning on Tuesday, that you can take a break.
Okay, shout out ZD.
Shout out to ZD. So second place was actually MJ, the Rob player. MJ is actually like super interesting. So we'll see his name again. Dexter getting third. Jalem got fourth. Jalem obviously on that Joker grind as well. Yeah, well, he's still maining Snake, so it's okay. I mean, what could be worse than maining Snake, right? Playing Joker as a secondary. And then
I'm offended.
maybe, right? And then we got Dark and Pork Eye getting tied for 5th, and then we have Consort and Jerry getting tied for 7th. So those are all names that we usually don't see. I mean, Dark is obviously like a regular at Xanadu, but we got at 5th on that day. So
Yeah, I'm pretty interested due to like a lot of people going back to school and stuff. So we're getting a lot of different turnouts for these tournaments.
that is
Seeing
true.
A lot of new names.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing smaller numbers in certain ways, but I mean, people are still finding time. Like it might be less frequent for some people, but they're still coming out.
Exactly.
Still coming out every once in a while. Anyway, so other than that, on Friday on the JTS grind, we had Dexter winning. So Dexter obviously getting third on Tuesday, but winning on Friday. Big regular over there. Super strong player. I mean, he's right up there with ZD. Like, I mean, I think they're
I was about to say, it says ZD factor dog.
Wow.
He
Yeah,
didn't see ZD and he was like, it's mine today.
right. I mean, Dexter and ZD really kind of just like throw it back to each other. They
And
play, like,
Dexter playing
front.
Corrin?
no, Dexter plays Wolf.
Oh, Wolf.
Dexter's the Wolf.
Okay.
Pretty much, I would say the best Wolf in MD.
Okay,
Wow.
then who does ZD play?
ZD plays Fox.
Shots out at
Okay.
shots
He
at
plays
Seagull
Fox,
Joe.
but he also does play Wolf.
Better than
that's
Seagull
what I
Joe, you
thought.
think?
No, Seagull Joe.
Yeah.
Seagull Joe is probably.
second.
Let's see.
I was
Seagull
about to
Joe's the
say-
best Diddy Kong, the best Plant, the best Palutena.
All right, definitely is a Seagull Joe impression.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Seagull Joe, the man.
Yeah.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The best everything, dog.
I mean,
Right,
yeah,
right.
best
I don't
at
understand
all
that.
the characters, like just the widest character roster. He's hype. He's nice.
Yeah, what character does he play? He's the best at that character.
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
What
What
is it
am I
this
playing
week?
today? I'm the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right. The
All right,
the
cool.
coin flip.
That's-
I'll go this today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Seagull ended up getting second that day. So on Friday, Seagull getting second. I always like it because sometimes they post pictures of the winners or whatever as like their post, like their Twitter post. Like they post like pictures of the winners, like holding their winnings or whatever. And Seagull just looks so confused. Like I don't know. I wish
It
I.
has to be. He has to be doing it for the memes, dog.
Oh yeah.
There's
I mean,
no other way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you
there's
should
no
see
other
the
way to
man's.
explain
Yeah. But like just that whole picture. There's so much going on in that picture. Anyway, third we got Jalem. Fourth we got Waluigi. So 2 Snake players in third and fourth. Gotta love it. Then you got Pink Fresh and MJ in 5th. So MJ making a big appearance again.
Wow.
And then in 7th we actually have Dazai who plays Roy and Shamu. And Shamu is a Chrom player. Shamu I played it.
Shamu.
Yeah, Shamu I played round one at Glitch. Boy, that was fun.
Yeah.
Boy, that was fun. This man
A
moves with that.
humbling experience.
No, absolutely. Playing
Oh,
against
yeah.
a really good Chrom is actually like
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
you really see why they thought that the character was like top tier at the very beginning of
Yeah.
Smash Ultimate. Like
If it wasn't for the fact that he
Which
needed to
I
have
thought
a
he was
trash
bad in
recovery.
the beginning. Honestly, like I just because of the recovery, I was like, I just wrote him off immediately. I didn't even
Well,
think past
yeah.
his like amazing ability to put things together.
I'm talking about early.
Like
Yeah.
when I was playing,
That
Link
was the
against
first
him,
day I played it.
When I played Link against him, I just felt bad because I was like, "Oh, I can throw a projectile," and then he was already in my face, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
stop, don't hurt me." And then he was like,
Meaty
Fine.
hits, man.
Excellent ground speed and air acceleration and stuff like that. So very good
Absolutely.
character.
Hits like a tank.
But yeah, so Shamu, I think this is this was a really big placing for him. I think I haven't seen him top 8ing much, but I mean this is good. This is a good week for him.
"Question for you guys: Is it just me, or have you guys been seeing a lot of Rob and a lot of Bowser lately?"
I haven't
Yeah.
been seeing many Bowser's. Rob's, yeah.
I've been seeing both. I think I'd say
I played.
Sure.
What was it? Literally in bracket, I only played a Rob and Bowser, and then I got a secondary from someone else. But like
Yeah.
Robs and Bowsers.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of Robins. I can't get past the Robin to get to the Rob.
You might need a secondary, dog.
Yeah.
That's why. You know it.
Wait,
We're all
that's
working on
secondary.
that. We're all working on
Nerf,
that.
are you playing Pac-Man against Robin?
I am playing Pac-Man against Robin.
That's hard. Is that a bad matchup for
Uh-huh.
really? I would think
Yeah.
your projectiles like just totally overtake.
No, because literally any projectile that I throw is just going to be stuffed up by a quick thunder. Like doesn't have to charge thunder at all,
Oh,
right? So the
yeah.
quick thunder
I could
is
see it.
linear, right, and everything, and then also the arc fire. So arc
Oh, okay.
fire kind of stuffs out
Yeah.
really anything else. So all of the
You
other
don't really have anything after that.
right, all the projectiles that I have that normally take like a priority. So like
Mhm.
melon on.
Mm-hmm.
Melon on really is like good for the smaller projectiles, stuff like that, because it sometimes will just clank and then you can just re-pick up the fruit or whatever. But for arc fire, it's always tough because throw it on your shield. I shield a lot.
Yeah, and
like
Robs
Pac-Man
don't
yours.
move because they're so slow.
Well, yeah, Rob definitely doesn't have to. You got the gyros.
Or
Um,
Robin.
Oh, Robin.
Robin. Yeah.
Oh, Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin. Yeah, I don't know. You really, again, you don't have to move. So
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah.
I don't think Pikachu's the matchup for that because I know that's your secondary. It's
Yeah.
also my secondary, but Pikachu is
Oh.
not the answer for Robin
Pikachu.
either.
And honestly,
it
like,
sounds
it's
like you found that
fine.
out the hard
Yeah,
way.
But I mean, well, no, I haven't learned that the hard way yet. But I know that's the case.
Just play Lucina.
No.
I'm literally putting a Lucina in my pocket for.
We're gonna have a Ray. I have a
Oh
Ray.
my
in the
god,
pocket.
dude! I was
Okay.
playing
It's
Marth last night. F smash untippered, not killing at 160. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
he's
Just for fun.
he's
'Cause I
dope,
played him in
but,
Smash.
like,
I was actually really good
Just
with
for
him in Smash
times,
4.
man.
he's so cool,
Yeah.
but then you're just like, why are you not? You're at 200.
160 and it didn't kill. It
it feels
completely blew me
terrible.
away.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen
And I
some
switched to
weird
DK. And
tippers.
I was
Okay, and then
Way
you switch to
better.
DK, and you're like, did I just kill you
way
at 50?
better.
Feels
Yeah,
good.
way better.
All right.
Yeah, right.
What's this other bracket we
Okay,
got?
so we also have the cave. So the cave this week, good week for Wadi, obviously. Wadi winning, so, right.
That's
Wadi,
crazy.
Wadi really
Wadi-
shining this time
Wadi
around.
still has not lost a local. I think like he's lost one local ever. I think in the last like 4 years.
Mm.
I think man's just.
He hasn't. All right, let's just point out the fact that he hasn't lost a local in the lifespan of Ultimate,
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
for
super
sure.
impressive.
Sure, exactly. Even when going out of state to other regions, the man just goes and dunks on all of
Yeah.
SoCal and be like, hey, you know what?
Guess I'll
Give
go
me
back to
my
my region
money.
now.
Like, well, this is what I do. I walk.
I would
in
love to
and
hear
I
those
take your money.
commentators talk about that.
Oh my
offensive
God.
What
player.
do they even
Yeah.
say?
You can't defend the house. Why are they
Right.
not defending the house?
Oh yeah, I've been that commentator in that shoe, and you're just like,
Yeah, you watch
Oh wow, you're
Because
dead.
when we watch
Well,
riddles, we
I-
watch riddles come in and it's just like, what's going on?
Exactly.
Oh, this is
going
what
on?
this is what happens when you come
Oh,
to MDV.
oh
I
wait,
guess.
but before that, I want to get to this. I want to get to this third person. Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah.
Let's
So
go.
so Tengu getting second. Tengu obviously coming off of a very short hiatus, 2-3 weeks off, getting his life in order, and then coming back strong.
We
Coming
did
out
just
with
have midterms.
lots of Lucina that night. He played a little bit of hero, only as like a really desperate measure against Wadi at the last possible second, the final hour. He was like, I'll just go
Nice.
hero.
I was like, maybe this is the answer. It was
Right.
not
I
the
mean,
answer.
it was not the answer. He tried to hocus pocus in the blast zone. This
Mm.
man is. I don't know what he was
He
thinking.
was looking for the zoom, man.
He really was
That
thinking
is
of
the
that
most
zoom.
hype
It's like,
zoom.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
I'm gonna do it.
But then third, Kimmer G,
The
Oh my
best
God.
can
The best
Best
can
in
in
the
the
world.
in the world.
best can in the world.
For free.
World.
Best
Dang.
can in the world.
For in the world, dog.
That can't be true.
Look at me.
I'm sure
Sure.
he's really good, but really
Look at
the
me.
best in the world?
Look at
But
me.
we haven't even seen him.
Look at me.
Okay, what up?
So
Nice.
I
What up?
played. I played against him,
Yeah.
and at no point have I ever seen like he can't. So he plays them like a Shoto character. So instead of just going for those combos, he
Yeah.
cancels his attacks. So in the times that I thought I was like, oh, okay, he
Okay.
touched my shield,
All right,
I can punish
see.
him.
Yeah.
He dared
it
on
up.
my shield, and Tatsu spun out into safety, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you can do that? And he was like,
What?
yeah, dog, you didn't know? And I was
Oh
like,
my
no one's literally played like
Yeah.
that ever.
Yeah. No, incredible footsies.
A player that brings out the best in a character makes you think like, have we misjudged this character? Is
Yes.
he where is he on the tier list?
Yes.
I
mean,
wasn't asking. I'm saying when you play somebody that good, that's like the first. That's the question that comes to mind. It's like, wait, where is this character on the tier list?
Yeah, and then you play against him, and then you're like, that should never.
Yeah.
Why you guys think
Mhm.
he's bad? He's bottom 10. Well, that felt like I just got top 5 right there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's true. You really get just dunked on by a good Ken player, and all of a sudden you're like, wait. This is not the way.
exactly.
That's not how the game is supposed to be played. As
Yeah.
Sakurai would
No.
say.
But honestly, like Ken though, that's exactly how it's supposed to be played, and it's
Mm.
awesome. Like
Yeah.
dog, You, bruh. Commentate or not even commentating his match, watching the commentators commentate his match, and then being the like bystander. I watched him play against our local Bowser main File.
File, right?
File gets up from the table, walks away, and everyone is just in awestruck. And File looks at me and he was like, "I have no clue what happened that entire last game."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's insane for
Yeah,
him to say.
The first game, File took it, was pretty even. Second game, Shimmer was starting to pick it up and he took it, but like it wasn't too heavy handed.
Yeah.
Third game, everyone was like, "What is happening on the screen?"
Oh
Like
my
literally, I
God,
see him
really
go.
that bad?
Like he starts focus kick, gets out of focus kick. He starts doing something else, gets into
Wow.
focus kick, gets out of focus kick. Like
for him,
literally,
man.
the way he fakes out
Yeah.
people with the
His-
focus kicks are.
He uses focus
Break
attack
shot.
like no one else is like I've never seen. And then even his button mapping, he has 3 buttons for jump.
Yeah.
Because of the
That's-
way that he does his input on his controller, he was like, it's physically impossible for me to use anything
Do
else, so
you-
I have to set it to the back
Do
triggers.
you guys think
Yeah.
that it's not that a win at the cave is in Shimmer's future?
Absolutely.
Why
I
doesn't
think
show up?
That was a fast.
I
yeah,
think-
why doesn't show up? Yes.
I think I don't know how he plays against Rob.
That could be tough for
Yeah.
for
I
him to
feel
get
like-
in on.
I know
that.
he would lose
I could
to
see that
Jack
being an
Charles.
issue. Yeah.
And Wadi's also just fundamentally like
A very sound player.
he's PGR
Yeah.
level. Like I mean, I believe
Yeah.
like Shimmergy has the potential, but
Okay, give me the
I
perfect
could
storm.
see it though. I could see it.
Yeah, for sure. The
Yeah.
perfect storm for Shimmer is no Wadi, no Tengu, no seeing
Right.
Tengu in bracket.
Right.
So Tengu can
Wow.
be in bracket, but as long as they don't play together, he's fine.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
that Swordy is messing him up.
That's true. Because Tango can get knocked out by some random people. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got the multi hit. Doesn't the multi hit out of Tatsu?
Well, no.
It
So
hits out of focus
focus
attack.
kick.
Focus kick. Okay,
right.
that's
So the
what I'm
focus
thinking
kick
of. My bad.
doesn't survive through multi hits. So
Right,
literally
right.
any more
So the
than one
neutral
hit.
air, right?
Yeah, but
That's what I was thinking.
the biggest problem that he was having is that he just couldn't get in. So like
Mhm.
Yeah.
we know Tengu plays very methodical and very like punish based.
Yeah,
Mm,
space heavy.
Bait
Yeah,
and
very
punish.
for
yeah.
sure. So he's probably the best spacer. If Marth was good, he probably would be top 5 in our region.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, okay, I can see
That's-
that. I still can't. I can't imagine him playing Marth though.
He plays Lucina very well, and
know he
that's their movement style wise, they're exactly the same.
For sure.
It's
But I
just
mean,
that Tipper is trash.
right. I mean, I
in
feel
this
like
game.
he could definitely try to maximize the tipper potential, but he also just does a lot of stuff with Lucina that's just like, I mean, he wouldn't need it. The fact
Okay.
that he can just go in and sometimes just go really far in and still do the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's just
Okay.
really fast.
Yeah,
Anyway, but yeah, Shimmergy I think definitely has the potential to go really far. Now that he's coming back more consistently, you will be seeing more of him. So make sure you
Watch
keep
out
an
for
eye
that.
out for that, dude.
Yeah, bruh, I'm telling you, best Ken in the
I
world.
could see
In
him
the
taking
world.
a cape.
In the world.
for
I
sure.
can't remember his play though. I'm trying to think back to if we've
He-
commentated, but I can't remember.
He didn't. He might have commentated just like as.
No, not commentating, but me commentating.
Oh,
Right, yeah.
no.
He
So
wasn't
came
on.
I'm
He
trying to
wasn't,
remember,
he wasn't
but I
on
can't.
stream earlier in the night. So
And then prior to this tournament, he hadn't been at a tournament for. I don't think he'd come at
Months.
all during
been
summer.
months,
Yeah.
Okay.
long time. He'd been a long hiatus, and then he
Definitely
comes back.
remember him.
But he's been grinding a lot.
Yeah.
He,
I
so
feel
he
like I've played him too.
He
maybe
he streams a lot. Actually.
he does stream a lot. Plays
So
a
you
lot
might-
online.
You might have encountered him there.
He plays a lot online,
It's probably higher than
and he also labs.
Let's be real.
Right, he labs a lot too. So it's like it's not just like online play. Like he's
Bruh.
not just playing Wi-Fi. He's actually
His
Labbing.
montages are insane.
Is what?
serious.
His montages
Yeah, just check
Oh
his
my
Twitter.
God.
from like each stream. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, check his
it's
Twitter
yeah.
and check he's got a YouTube channel. He does highlights and stuff. Like I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, like it's
We'll show you after this. Though.
God, it's crazy.
I believe it.
Oh my
Just
God.
you describing that situation perfectly. I was like,
Bruh.
okay.
To
Mm.
let you know what happened.
I was there. I
So-
got hit by everything you said.
Bruh. Every time you look at it, you're like, I would have got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To put it in perspective for you, the last match that he took off File, he caught him on the ledge in the air,
Mm-hmm.
comboed him into a dare. So while he was standing on the ground, he did a combo that he was then able to short hop dare, and it was true. So we're all just looking at him like, okay, you guess you do that.
Yeah.
You get to do that for free.
Yeah.
Right. And I guess it's like the custom. It's like I guess you could call it like a custom. So it's just like
yeah, for sure.
he's like he has some of the most versatile mix-ups.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like literally he will go into something and you'll try to bait out one option. Obviously Ken has the turnaround mechanic. So it's like you can't cross him up like any other character.
We
you
don't
know?
believe in that.
Street
here.
Yeah, it's
Fighter.
like you can't cross him up. So it's so tough for you to get in and then I mean once he's in, it's over for you. Literally, he down tilts your shield, and you're like having heart palpitations.
Yeah. Not to mention,
You're like,
the
can I
shield- the
roll out?
shield
You
pressure
get
that he
caught.
applies is insane.
Like, get me out of here, man.
I remember,
yourself
I remember playing
me!
at Ken
You're
and
in the
getting my
shield
shield broke
terrified.
super
Exactly.
fast.
Like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
insane.
he did a few of those, and he was like, "Oh yeah, man, if I time it and space it correctly, it's
can't do
true."
it. You
And he was
can't
like,
do it.
"Oh, okay, that's fun."
Yeah, that happened to
There's
me
no
online. I was
counterplay.
like, okay, what do I do now?
yeah, like
You watch him as
Yeah.
he highlight reels you.
And not many Ryus.
well, he
is
did
that-
play a little Ryu.
Is that
actually.
what people are doing, opting for Ken over Ryu?
Yeah.
So Ken has the combo potential. Ryu
Mhm.
is more of the chunkster. So he's like, I'm hitting you 5 times,
Mhm.
as
Yeah.
Ken's hitting you with full on combo. I'm hitting you 5 times, you're not coming back. That's the deal.
But I mean, either way, like for both of them, like 5 hits is a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're-
That's a lot of
they're meaty
damage. Like
boys.
they do some serious damage.
Oh,
those-
yeah.
But see, the difference is Ryu hits you 5 times, you're dead.
Right.
Ken hits you 5 times off one setup
Mm,
or off
yeah,
one
yeah.
combo.
Mhm.
And then hits you a 6th time, and then
Yeah, and then you're dead.
and then you're dead.
Bro.
Yeah, no, it's true. But I mean, Ryu also has like the ability to mix up stuff. So it's like
Yeah,
the,
for sure.
the slow versus the fast Hadouken and all that good stuff. Like, I mean, you can mix up a little bit more, and I think that's why he did opt to go Ryu
hmm
in a certain, like, at least at some point.
Yeah, in
over,
certain
over the
matchups,
night.
yeah.
Like, I mean, he did it against Tengu, I think.
hmm
He also played a little bit of Wolf. I think I saw like a
He did play a wolf in a counter pick, yes.
very interesting. I don't know if that's-
It was for the Lucina.
Right, he obviously doesn't have an answer for.
Yeah.
Remember the dude that's got kind of longer hair?
No,
No, he recently his is cut.
he's like his
His is cut now.
I'm thinking
he's
of
like a little
somebody
tall.
who's
He's clean.
but,
We'll,
okay.
we'll show
Yeah.
you some stuff later.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you'll
No.
you'll see.
All right. Who else
Obviously.
came to this bracket, man?
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. The cave. Anyway, this Shimmergy did not run the bracket.
Shimmer was the
I mean, I
only
know it
one in
sounds like
bracket
that. I
and
know
won.
it sounds like it. But Angelo, aka Minix, you might know him as Minix. Angelo coming out with the 4th place win, and he played like 6 characters that night.
Yeah.
Like it was. This man played a little bit of everything, and in the same sets too. Like he'll like play Pichu one match, go to Rob, go to. Else.
I think he
played
played
Roy. He
Bayo.
played some Roy too. He played some Roy and Bayo.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Bayo this week.
Yeah, we did see a lot of Bayo. I'm not a fan. That's just personal.
Hey man,
Mm.
it's kind of cool because she's not as jank as she used to be. So now I feel like she has to work for
Mm.
Even if she works for it, she still doesn't get it.
it.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
she still doesn't get much. Like you see the start of all these like cutscene combos. It's just like,
Mhm.
oh, he gets get caught in one and they like DI out. Okay, cool, we're
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
Like
oh,
after 2 hits, like we're good. Okay, we're good.
No, bro. I've played against somebody who doesn't DI at
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
and they still just fall out. So I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
this
okay,
is
well
fun.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair. Yeah, very inconsistent character right now. Anyway,
I still hate playing Bayos online.
oh yeah,
I'll-
online.
I'll,
yeah,
I'll see
online
them and I'm
different.
like,
Chunky,
we're
what do
really
you
still
mean?
we're. I see
Online
them
different
online.
breed.
I'm like, we're really still here. We're still in Bayo territory. Come on.
Bruh,
Well,
you're-
online you are, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, one, you play DK. You are a chunkster.
I
You're-
know.
You're getting
I know,
hit.
man. I know.
And you don't have like the best like you don't have a get off me
Anything.
move. You
I
don't
don't.
have like
My
good
best get
frame
off me
data.
move. My best get off me move is my up B.
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Is
you
my
got
recovery move.
You got
Exactly. And then
armor.
you're stuck
Yeah.
in that for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway, so then in 5th, getting tied for 5th, we have Jeb, who's you
Mm.
know obviously a regular, and
Yeah.
Alternus, the Little Mac player. Who's
Oh my
just been
god,
slapping.
dude was so insane.
His
I've never
matches-
seen somebody really get those KO punches like that consistent. at least at the cave, it was just insane. I mean, this
Against good
kid
players.
had everything set up. Like, was mixing me and Nerf up when we were commentating it, but it was just insane to watch him play. Like the KO punch was online, and it wasn't like a question of okay, when's he gonna get hit. It was okay, when is he gonna get this KO punch? And he got it like 4 or 5 times during that set. It was awesome.
Yeah.
One of the best Little Macs. hands
Super
down.
consistent with his KO
Yeah,
punches.
great movement, retreating back to center as you should do with Little Mac, using his super armor to power through those flank hits. Just an amazing Mac player. Shout out
Yeah.
to Alternus, man. If you watch this dude, you like made me think like, oh, is that where we're at with this?
Yeah, we've all
Honestly,
been there.
Honestly, the only downside to him playing Mac is there's only 2 types of matches. Him winning in 2 minutes,
Or
him losing in 2
Yeah, it's
minutes.
extremely volatile.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. In certain matchups, like obviously when he played against Wadi, right? Like he's played Wadi before a couple weeks ago, maybe like a month and a half ago.
Mhm.
And you know he's at least on his Twitter he said that he's getting better against the Rob, against Wadi's Rob.
Yeah.
It's still like even then like you see the games and you're like, wow, like Wadi has really good download and he's obviously not a player that gets read very easily by others,
Mm-hmm.
which is why, I mean, his adaptation is so good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Alternus just doesn't have the ability to, like, he's usually so good at, like, picking up on patterns and just forcing you into the corner, and then obviously doing whatever he has to, like getting
He's
an F smash.
got to find his way.
Yeah,
in, though.
getting something. But Wadi, because of the versatility of Rob's recovery, like, you just fall off stage, you can go high,
Yeah.
like go way above the stage,
Throw
like,
projectiles.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
So it really just doesn't. I feel like that's just a terrible match.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough mix-up options, and Wadi is known for all of his mix-up options.
You were
so,
saying for Little Mac Nerf, a terrible matchup. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
For
rough.
sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, Alternus, makes it work anyway. Like playing against other bad matchups, but still doing really well
About to say, you
because
got
because
Fizz.
he's a good player, right? Because his fundamentals
true.
are good.
Yeah.
And finally, in 7th, we have Fastcrete and Matador getting tied for 7th.
Hmm.
Matador not having the best week.
I
Have
know
a lower
why.
place.
Do you know why?
Tell
Not
us
playing
why.
Wario.
Cause he didn't play Wario.
That's
Snake.
literally what I
He
said.
played Snake.
He
Yeah,
went
okay,
Snake.
that's why.
So he actually tweeted before he got to the cave that he was
Good.
going all Snake, all day, all friendlies, all
Wow.
bracket.
Yeah.
He did not do that, but the only match that he switched to Wario against was File,
Mm.
which I mean they've played before, so that's a justified match. Like he knows whether he wants to play that or not. But yeah, so he went Snake and yeah, I mean still shout out to him. He still got top 8, but a lot lower than we're used to seeing him.
Right.
I wonder
for
if
sure.
at any point during his matches did he like hover over characters like, do I want to go back on my
Man,
don't
man,
know.
yeah.
I mean, like I said, it was kind of an interesting move trying to turn his brain on for Brad playing Snake, a character that you have to think playing.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, playing Wario, like, yeah, sure.
Just bike. Yes.
Yeah, bike, nair,
Like Nair,
bike,
down
nair,
air at the
falling
ledge.
up air.
Did I hit an
tilt
up
to
tilt?
waft,
Are
Up
you
air,
dead?
up tilt,
tilt to
waft.
40,
Yeah.
up tilt to 40 to waft. Like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
Water's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Like, did I hit an up tilt? Are you dead? Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I'm
At
sorry.
50?
It
Yeah,
just
yeah,
feels
yeah.
bad.
Right, but the Snake obviously he needs a secondary. He's been
Yeah.
working. He's been having a secondary crisis longer than I have actually.
Yeah, and they're very different characters too. It's interesting he would opt for Snake. Both Snake and Wario very different in play.
Yeah, very.
Snake, you got to
different.
sit back, pick your spots, throw your projectiles. Wario, you're going in and you're looking for Bart kill. Like
That's
yeah,
true.
man. You're
No,
just looking for
absolutely.
the toot toot.
yeah.
Yeah, really, he wants that. But
Mhm.
Fastcrete obviously also tying for 7th.
Who did
really
he play
good
again?
villager.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Fastcrete's a really good villager. Hasn't been, he goes every once in a while. He doesn't really like going and staying too. So he's
Yeah,
always
that's fair.
he's always happy when they leave. Kind of he's like always like, oh, I got 7th and I left at 11.
No,
So
dog.
Yeah, that's
good
pretty
night.
That's
Early day for me.
understandable, dog.
It's like, hey, I got 7th. Leave at 11. Good night.
All right.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, I remember him as not one the oddly or more aggressive villagers because I remember him saying he's like, yeah, I love attacking them with axe. He's like, it's frame 7, no one expects it.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, Axe
Yeah.
is kind of
That's a heathen. He is a heathen, and I respect.
because
it.
that's close, right?
I like villagers that go in for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, the proper play for villagers is to go in when you need to, but pick your
Slingshot.
spots.
That
Slingshot.
slingshot.
That pea shooter,
Yeah.
man.
Did you want to
so
approach me?
I love people that play characters that you probably shouldn't go in with, but you go in anyway. So I would love to.
Link.
No.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, Link. Yeah, Link. Okay, yeah, I can.
Regular Link?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I was about to say
Yeah,
regular
yeah.
Link does not get that option.
No, right. Yeah.
Been playing him this past week, man. It is.
Yeah,
rough.
kind of unfortunate.
After
Yes.
switching with Pikachu,
Yes.
or after mixing in that Pikachu, it's just kind of like
Yeah, you can just go in.
Yeah, I definitely say it's
feels
so
bad.
rough. It's like I definitely can't play. I don't like.
I
just
don't.
hate
Yeah, yeah.
just
yeah.
hate it.
I
But you
don't
play
like playing
Pac-Man
Campy.
Nerf.
I know, and I should be playing
Yeah.
Campy, right?
No,
should.
I don't think so. No,
You don't
Yeah.
think so?
No, I don't think so. No,
I mean,
we haven't
Pac-Man
played in a
can't
while. I
box
can't
that
remember.
well.
We haven't played in a while, so I can't remember.
Yeah,
But Pac-Man that is
Yeah, I mean,
waiting
That's
fire
fine.
hydrant with the
with the fruit, right? You
throw.
charge
Yeah.
the fruit, and then obviously you kind of like bait people out.
Look for the bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, the key of truth.
the key.
Pac-Man's amazing though.
I think
For
key's
sure.
a little overrated on it.
You think
Really?
so?
I think key's
No
overrated.
way, dude.
Well, because it's one of those DI-able angles, so it's like it launches you way up. So if you do it DI like sort of like a Ken Shore, you can like down and slightly away.
Oh, okay.
Very easy to live for the key. Key really, if
Comes out.
they have good DI, they don't die before
Comes out so fast though.
31.
I was about
It
to
does
say.
come out
That
very
is a
fast
high
and long
percent,
range.
but that's a high percent.
Yeah, but that's a high percent kill.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I almost never use the key. I almost always go for Bell
Mm.
because Bell will help me kill at 110.
Yeah,
Right.
but I notice a lot too with Pac-Man players, and you've done this too, and it's common for Pac-Man players to do it. But sometimes the bell hits up too high, and all you can do is a little like, like a little whipped
Yeah.
up.
Right.
there.
Yeah,
I mean,
fair.
ideally, you would in those situations. What I've been trying to do is
Oh,
a
his
lot of
uppy,
they go for no,
Oh.
because uppy's not really.
or
kind of
not his uppy. I'm
back air.
sorry.
You
Oh,
want
back
to
air.
do just like a jump reverse back air, and that's actually a good way because back air is a good kill, and
What's-
sometimes it's
What's Pac-Man's pellet eating? Is that side B?
side B.
What about side B?
Side B is good, but it's so long. It's such a long startup.
Yeah, he's got to think about it for a minute.
Right. It's like they get
It's
out
like,
of the bell stun before.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Like
yeah.
you have to like start that before the bell hits them.
Mm.
Like pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
Get that right.
I've always
it's
been a
just
fan
tough.
of Pac-Man.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some hype setups and really interesting stuff. that he
Yeah.
can do. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like I always love like the creativity that it allows you to have.
We love you, Pac-Man. Pac-Man
Yeah.
mains. We love you
Pac-Man.
guys.
Pac-Man
Can't
hype.
relate, dog.
Pac-Man hype.
Yeah.
I got 3 different projectile buttons and they all do jack.
I mean, the bomb's kind of
Oh,
cool. You
the
got
boomerang's
the bomb.
pretty ill.
A bomb is cool when it works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually
bomb,
won a-
boomerang. Bomb is.
I won
bomb is
a
actually
match
pretty
in
dope.
bracket strictly because of bomb.
Yeah.
I played against a Rob player. He tried to recover high. I threw the bomb up in the air and he nared it.
Dude,
And,
plus
uh,
that- plus
He
that-
nailed it.
Plus the and one skills you can do, just nuts.
Okay, well, okay, well, you
in
know,
his defense, I short hop.
what if he plays optimally? Does that still work?
I did so I baited it. So I went
Yeah.
for a short hop to try and chase him up,
I got you.
and then I instead fast fall, threw up bomb, and
Okay.
he was like,
Mm.
"Oh, I thought that was a person coming." And you're
Right,
like,
right, right. No, that's
No,
okay.
no, that's a
yeah.
bomb.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh no, this was made in a factory, a bomb factory. They're bombs. God, yeah. Okay, so
Wow, I haven't
obviously,
heard that in a while.
yeah, right, exactly. So those were the brackets from this week. We have all of our Smash brackets.
Yeah.
Other than that, we have another big thing in
Mm.
esports happening right now, and
Mm.
that is League of Legends Worlds.
Mm.
So we don't normally talk about League of Legends, but this is going to be a bit of a theme today
Because they're mean.
because they're mean.
No, I just don't like the pimping. But with
Okay.
all this stuff that they're doing, I am going to give it an open mind.
Yeah.
No type of bias. So
Alright.
I'm super interested.
for sure.
I'm really interested.
So for
sure.
the people that don't know,
Well,
you know,
well,
not
hang
me.
on. Let's talk about Worlds first.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you are.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, the overall. what are
Thanks,
they
Nerf,
doing with it?
We're doing that again.
Sorry. Okay, so I mean, I guess in terms of like bracket or not bracket, but they have like they have like a group stage. So what they do is they do
Okay,
group
yeah.
stage. So it's
Okay.
like it is technically like a bracket, but they have like a groups and they do like sort of
Mm.
round robins. They make sure that they like everyone plays everyone.
Okay, cool.
And then whoever has the best records, like the top 2 of each group
Oh,
of
okay.
4,
Mhm.
end up making it out.
Interesting.
Right,
Very
so-
cool.
What happens is in 4 groups. In Group A, Griffin, which is a Korean team, and G2, which is a really, really like a legacy team from EU, from Europe.
Mm.
They take it out over Cloud9, which is NA's like golden boy.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
about to say.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Everyone
Right.
loves Cloud9.
Cloud9.
Everyone
for
loves
sure, for
Cloud9,
sure.
but I mean, they kind of
Falling off a bit.
they
Did they-
kind of
Did they get doo-dooed on?
they pooped the bed.
Oh, they
Little
pooped the
bit.
bed.
They pooped
Dang.
the bed a little bit
Uh,
there. So they
Mom
get
not gonna
so
be happy about that.
right. So they don't make it out of group stage, which is really unfortunate because again, NA kind of not showing up at Worlds like
Yeah,
Almost
ironic,
ever.
huh?
and yeah, right. And then
We're part
Hong,
of this world too.
I know. And then Hong Kong Attitude also not making out of group stage in Group A.
Okay.
In Group B, making out we have Fun Plus, which is China, right? Fun Plus. I mean, have some very innovative names.
I was about to say fun.
Fun
What does
plus.
that mean? Fun plus
Fun
what?
Plus.
It's fun plus whatever you
fun
want.
Plus
Fun
everything.
plus whatever you
Fun
want, man.
plus, fun to imagination.
Fun
That's-
plus insert here.
Right,
That's all you
exactly. Fun Plus
Ken.
open-ended.
Right.
And Splice, another EU team. So EU finally getting their worlds numbers up.
Mm.
And they take it out over J Team, which is LMS. Not the best region, honestly. Really not the best region. And GAM Esports, which is Vietnam. So another kind of like oceanic team. It's like underrepresented, but also they just don't have like the results to earn, I guess, an extra spot or whatever.
Yeah.
How big is League in Vietnam? I wonder.
It's pretty big.
Oh, in
don't-
Vietnam.
Yeah, they don't. I don't really know if they have like a lot of other scenes. I think
Okay.
they go pretty hard on the league
Mm.
scene. They at least try to get at least one team per world.
Okay.
And
but
and
but
yeah,
not huge. That could explain the
right,
results.
not huge.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I
It's
mean, we just have excuse me. You just have to think about the fact, like, are they getting funding for this? Like, how are they doing it? Like, is this their sole job? Is this team like just randomly put together 3 months before the situation, or have they been like working together all year?
Yeah, that's true. You never know. You never know sometimes. But that's Group B. So FunPlus and Splice making it out of Group B. In Group C, well, no surprise here. SKT, baby. SKT still solidifying themselves as one of the consistent best League of Legends teams in history.
SKT. What does that stand for?
South Korea Telecom.
Wow.
South Korea Telecom.
You got beat by South Korean Telecom.
Well, South Korea is literally.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking the skill at all, just
Oh,
the
yeah.
name. Can you imagine, like, yeah, lost it.
Yeah,
I mean,
fair enough.
in the scene, it carries weight,
Fair enough.
right? In
It
the
does
scene,
have
it
a lot of
carries
weight.
weight. But if you
Yeah,
go home to
exactly.
somebody who might not be in the scene and might not
Sure.
know that name,
Sure.
They'd be
freaking
like, "You lost to
telecom
that."
company got me, bro.
Right.
I'm about to
Right.
upgrade my.
Man. I'm canceling my subscription.
I'm canceling my internet by
Like,
them.
the acronym sounds cool, but like
SKT.
SKT T1.
South
right?
Korea.
just for raw,
Telecom.
you're like, did you lose? Are you telling me you lost to Korean Verizon?
Telecom.
Like, is that what you told me?
Exactly.
Korean
Yes, Korean Verizon. Yes, exactly. That FiOS power, man.
Oh my
What can you
god.
say?
Man, they got all the bandwidth.
But I mean, they still are so good because
Yeah, they just
I
stepped
mean
up
they
on
have
price.
Faker. They have Faker. What can you do? Faker is
Really
the
good player.
I was
best
gonna
Best
say,
player.
Faker,
player.
nice.
Best player.
the best player.
Okay. All right.
Like he is like you can't even compare him to anyone else. Like I'm trying to think like
So is he the MJ of league?
he's like the Goichi of League.
Okay.
Like this man is just the
Beast
god.
mode.
Just the god.
he's the faker of whatever.
He is the
He's himself.
best. He has been playing for 6 years. 6 years at the top level.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Like 6 years at the top level.
Okay.
Like
I
he's
was
been
about to- that would
he's
feel
been-
bad. 6 years later.
like
hey,
this
yeah,
man's
man, I
been to
picked up on a
Worlds
limb.
every year.
Man's been
He
putting-
always carries the team. He's the mid laner, right?
Yeah,
so
of course.
so Faker's the mid laner. He plays all these assassins. He plays a little
Fire.
bit of mage, a lot of assassin.
Mm.
Extremely aggressive play. Extremely creative and innovative with his because he's like I mean
So item builds.
right. So
ability
yeah,
usage.
incredibly smart player. And just shows his strength. He works well with anyone that SKT pulls to the roster. Like they've switched their roster so much, and they always build it around him.
All right, guys. We
Yeah,
got
they
some
really
new
do.
people. Get in the backpack.
Right, I'm
Get in the
serious.
backpack.
Like literally. I mean, and that's the thing. Like there are some players that have been on the roster over the years that have been able to like actually show that he's not just carrying, but also to be like he's actually like good in his own right. That they're good in their own right. Like we've seen some really good. Like I think Bang has really been like really good. Like there've been some players that have really shown, but he always gets like Faker always outshines. Right, that's the thing. It's like no matter who is like good on that team, Faker's always like the head.
They're like,
Right.
oh my
Wow.
goodness, he did so amazing. And then Faker did what he does. Faker went 20-1. Yeah,
Right.
that's what Faker does.
It's like
Yeah.
it's so right. It's so normalized.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's
it's
awesome.
so normalized. So
I wanna be
obviously-
that
It's
It's kind of like
great
Zero in
as
Smash 4,
normalized.
right? I mean,
yeah.
Zero takes another tournament. Nobody was really like, oh, that's amazing. I mean,
right, and
only when he had his streak was that like a thing. But
yeah.
you said it right. Normalizes when it becomes something that's just okay. You move on past it. I mean, that really does this.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like
Sure.
MK Leo right now, just like
Yeah.
meh.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean even MK Leo is lost.
He's all,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
lost
that-
one, right?
Yeah.
The
We
same
He lost
sword?
one. But he also hasn't got.
uh,
Yeah.
obviously Zero getting whooped up in Ultimate. Not to totally take away from League for a second, guys,
Right.
but yeah, that 58 streak by Zero was just nuts. So
Yeah.
Faker's way past. He's getting
Faker-
he's
Faker has ascended.
Yeah.
he's past Zero.
No, Faker is
That's
past
wonderful.
enlightenment.
Yeah.
He is like reached
And
nirvana.
League's a much bigger game. Way more
And a
people
team
play
sport.
League. Yeah, and a team sport.
So
So it's hard to shine out. Yeah, I mean, when you're playing 1v1, it's easy to get
Yeah.
name recognition.
Right,
Honestly,
but
on a
the fact that
team-
you can outshine and become
Yeah.
as prominent as he
Mhm,
is
Yeah.
in a team.
No, yeah.
speaks for
It's
itself.
amazing for sure.
team games are awesome, honestly.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
in a
Not
one-
if you're playing.
One reason I love doubles.
Well, yeah, even in a 1v1 setting, it's you. That's it. It's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
And
then you
then-
get ganked.
And it's all yeah, but it's also difficult to like keep a positive mentality when it's always just you versus someone else and you losing. That's no one else. That's you.
That's
Yeah.
Like, and then I don't want to say if you lose, you can blame a teammate. But if you lose, you have other people that are like, all right, we can do this, or all right, we can do that.
Yeah.
You don't always have to be the positive one.
That's true.
And not only that, but with group games, there's a much bigger mentality, right? You're not just accounting for one person; you're accounting for other people on your team, on the other side. So there's much more to take into
And you have to
consideration.
take, I mean, there's so many things in League of Legends, like you have to take Barons and Dragons and like the
Barons,
jungle,
I-
right?
I haven't
All
played
this
it,
stuff.
so I wouldn't profess to be an expert on it. But yeah, just team mentality alone,
Fair
I
enough.
think speaks a lot.
Yeah,
to
I
that.
mean, it's really interesting because in League of Legends, like obviously at the top level where there's actually competitive teams that are consistent, right? Static teams, always a big deal for those players because they have the practice, they have like the ability to synergize with their. They have like sort of like a standard that they set. They know what to expect from each other.
Who is
where
this?
it's
I'm
like-
sorry.
What?
Who is this?
Anyone.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
talking about anyone at the top level.
Oh,
right?
okay,
Anyone
yeah,
at the top
yeah.
level, like all of these teams who are at Worlds, they obviously have been playing for the whole season with their same teams,
Yeah.
right? So it's like
Mhm.
when
So
you
they
when you're
built that
playing,
rapport.
right? So like everyone else who plays like not as competitively or maybe who's trying to get to Challenger or something like that,
Mhm.
they'll never be able to get that kind of synergy with their teams because you're always being randomly matchmade.
Yeah, it's the dedication too. You really to
Well, yeah.
excel in anything, right? Just general life
Right.
philosophy. You really have to dedicate yourself to it, and if you don't, it shows.
Right, sure, for sure.
And if you're going to be someone like Faker, this is a guy who's probably had to, I mean, every day, morning, afternoon, night, eat, breathes, league, right? I mean,
Exactly.
that's his man right here. He's got
Sure.
a bowl league. He's just doing it up.
That's true.
And you got to respect that, and across any sport, right? Not
Yeah,
we've
for
tied
sure.
this in previous podcasts. We've tied this to regular sports, and it's the dedication that we appreciate.
For
that
sure.
I love so
for
much.
sure.
And I think Korea actually they're
the new.
Korea and China are both really good. Korea more so with their player mentality
Yeah.
and their coaching mentality.
Oh.
So a lot of times, one of the big things that they were people in the league scene were talking about maybe 2 or 3 years ago was like, how do we get other teams like North American teams to have the coaching ability? Like how do we coach them
discipline.
like Korea coaches their players?
Yeah.
Right, like they really set the standard, and China was I think the closest, but China goes really really hard.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
really push their players sometimes
Yeah.
Yeah.
almost to the brink. And Korea,
don't
they really have
Wow.
to. They take their players' mental health so serious.
I was about to say, I just don't think that you can always try to imitate, but there's a difference between imitation, because you hear, okay, they have mental health stuff, we should get that. Okay, they have this, we should get that. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like, if you don't actually put forth that like extra effort to show that you care to them, all this extra stuff, like
Yeah.
mentally, they're just gonna be like, all right, we're just seeing as cash cows to you. So like,
True.
I'm playing this game
Yeah.
not for us, but I enjoy this game and I'm really good at it, so I'm
Yeah.
playing here.
No,
I
you're right.
think their mentality is, I'm playing for us. I'm
Yeah.
playing for our company. I'm playing
team.
to represent me and all of my friends who are here playing with me.
South Korean Telecom.
Yeah, South
gotta-
Korean Telecom. I mean, yeah, for
So,
real.
Korean Verizon. They're really about it.
You
You
gotta
know, I
get that
guess they
upgrade package.
are. Guess they are. You know,
Um,
get that router power, man.
Who else did they body in there?
So they ended up. Obviously, they were only one of the teams that made out of Group C. Have another team, Fnatic.
Mhm.
Fnatic, another
Oh, okay.
legacy EU team.
Yeah.
They've been around since season 1.
Wow.
Right. Fnatic was in the very first world.
Okay.
So they've been, pretty constant in EU. There's a lot of teams that have been switching up, especially in like NA's got a lot of new teams because of the franchising thing. They have like the names have changed a lot, but Fnatic is one of the names.
Yes.
And they,
Without a
making it
doubt.
out of group stage. So it's like I hope to see more of them. They had a really good win because they took it over. They got out over Royal Never Give Up. Royal Never Give Up, or RNG. That's good, right? That's good.
That's
Okay.
pretty
Royal
dope.
Never Give
So that's
Up.
what I'm talking about.
They are from China.
Okay.
They were actually, at least a couple of years ago, they were really, really, really hot. Very
Mhm.
hot team. So they were one of the ones that a lot of people said might have been able to take it over SKT. Obviously, still. But Royal Never Give Up was always like one of those
Hey,
big
Nerf, they did
sleeper
what they
teams.
could, dog.
No, that's true. That's true. No shade to anyone else. But I mean,
Um,
obviously, it's
no
like,
shame.
but
They just
they don't have Faker.
fell on their faces, and it's
They don't have Faker, dog. That's the bottom line.
Don't have
They
Faker.
don't have Faker.
What can
They
you
don't have
say?
Faker,
It's like
yeah.
all these teams don't have Faker except for one, and the one who has Faker is probably gonna.
And
Let's
I
be
also want
real.
to I also want to note that the team who has Faker has Faker.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That's Vim. That is
And then
facts.
Faker has has himself.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what-
I was gonna say that.
Love him
next.
or hate
That's-
him, he's
I was
speaking
gonna say
straight
that.
facts here. Love him or
Right,
hate him, he's
yeah.
speaking straight facts. But Royal Never Give Up, all just falls a little short in the group stage. In Group C, Clutch Gaming from North America, again, our other, one of our other North American teams, getting last in their pool. But it was that's a tough pool. That is an incredibly hard pool.
Okay.
Can you imagine having 3 of the best teams in your pool and being like, why can't I go against like J team or the Vietnam? Can I get the Vietnamese team? Can I get them? You're like, no, you don't actually. You have to fight
you get Korean
SKT,
Verizon.
No, you
Fnatic,
get Korean
and
Verizon,
RNG. That is the nightmare.
Yeah.
That is the nightmare group.
That is like that's you versus Wadi Tengu Shimmer.
That's you versus like MK, Leo, Sam Sora, and Mars, and you're like, huh? Yeah, not me this time.
Do
I'm
you
just gonna sit.
Do you even
sit
pick up the
over
controller
here.
at that point?
Yes, you have to.
I would.
I mean,
I
you
would
gotta.
just take the
I mean,
body.
for these guys, they're
Legally,
getting paid.
Yeah.
These guys are sponsored. These guys are getting paid. They have to.
Legally, they got to sit down at the computer.
Right, they have to. It's kind of important.
That what is that locker room talk though? What is that like?
All right, boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. This
Okay.
is not going to be easy.
But you know what?
Go out there and have fun.
But you know what? If NA does anything, if they would have won at all, there would have been a movie about it.
Oh yeah.
Guaranteed.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm telling you,
A
once
whole movie.
once NA,
Yep.
once NA gets that big play, like
They're dedicating a holiday to it. That's America. That is America.
I mean, have you seen the
A
movie
whole holiday.
Miracle?
Exactly. Bruh.
yeah. Can you imagine?
No.
Like,
A League of Legends holiday.
League of
Kids
Legends holiday.
get out of
I'm
school.
signing
for
this executive order. I think that this League of Legends thing is the future. All right.
I've decided
Alright,
to play myself.
Where's the character?
I'm
that's
gonna
me?
take on Faker.
I need me. Where's me in the game?
He's the worst.
that.
With that, let's go to Group D. So Group D, we have one more group.
Wow, how many groups are there?
4 groups. I told you
Okay.
4 groups.
Oh,
4
yeah,
groups.
you're right. I can't
So you
count.
get two from each group, and the ones. I mean, 2. So Group D still hasn't finished the group stage. They are almost done. It's still going on right now. Like
Okay.
Worlds is a long. They have the group stage, and then
Yeah.
they have like actually breaks. They actually have breaks in between stages.
Oh yeah.
A week-long break or something. Very
Mhm.
interesting stuff. Anyway, Damwon, which is a Korean team, and Invictus, a Chinese team, are currently up. Right now, they have the best record as of right.
Okay.
So in theory, those are the ones that are slated to get out of the pools right now.
Mm-hmm.
But in their group is
Okay, let's go
Hey.
Team
Liquid
Liquid.
Liquid.
yet again carrying the hopes of
Is-
NA.
Stupid question, but is NA?
Liquid is an A.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Liquid is an
Let's
A,
go on
and they are, of
They don't do
course,
anything
like
in
I
Dota,
said,
but that's
they're
fine.
Yeah.
we're all basing our hopes and dreams. They're trying to get that spirit bomb power up right.
Yeah, of course.
So
Mhm. Put your
you're-
hands up.
right, everybody give them your energy. If you are
Mhm.
out there and you are following the League of Legends scene, you better give them your energy.
Don't stop
Because
watching this though.
They're
Watch
gonna,
this over
they're
there.
gonna, they're gonna freaking need it.
Yeah.
Team
Yeah.
Liquid Team Liquid's been inconsistent.
And let me ask
We'll
you this, Nerf.
What's up?
Does Team Liquid have Faker?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
well,
then I
that
don't
just
know
made
why we're
No,
talking about
unfortunately.
this.
But hey,
That
at
just
least
made
they don't
things a
have to
lot
worry about
harder.
that for right now. They got to
You're
get
right.
out of groups first.
Oh, true. Very true.
They got to
true.
get
Who's in
out
their
of
group?
groups first. So, like I said, Damwon and Invictus. That's
Okay.
another one I
Yeah.
don't think I. That's fine.
Mm.
And Team Liquid was the only one that really
Mm.
because they're
Because
NA.
NA.
Because they're NA.
Let's
right?
go.
They're the
All
ones
right.
we know.
Yes,
Right on.
And Damwon and Invictus, Invictus. I'm not gonna lie. So Invictus, I have seen before in the past. Damwon is a new name to me. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's happening right now. I think that's going all the way until the end of November, or the beginning of November. So it's like a November 2nd, I think.
Okay.
So, it's been a long time. Worlds
And-
is always kind of interesting. So much money, and there's so much there's passion, but they have some big crowds.
For sure.
They have
For
some
sure. It's the
huge
country.
crowds.
It's the whole country. Right
mean,
now,
yeah.
all NA is gone. Everyone wants Liquid.
Right.
At
Everyone
least
wants Liquid.
as an NA fan, unless they've done some type of.
But everyone
wrong.
wanted Cloud9 before, and then they were like, "Ah."
Well, Cloud9 lost, so you are no longer the hope of America.
Dang.
Well,
All right. Maybe not so soon.
true. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you're not wrong.
I was about to say next year maybe
Yeah.
we can go back to cheering for them, but for now they are gone. so-
Right, but we used to think that the big names in NA for League of Legends in the past, right? Always had CLG, TSM.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those not here.
Does
right?
TSM play in League?
They did.
They did. They don't
I
anymore.
think they still do.
Okay, just not putting up results.
Did they just not make it to the group stage?
I don't.
Nani?
I have not followed the
TSM's
league. I have not followed the league
obviously
scene
pretty big
close
name.
enough.
That
I
is fair.
couldn't tell you. I know that they had some serious drama. I know that Liquid got Double Lift. So Double Lift was obviously like the best ADC player that we had. He was on TSM for the longest time. Then they dropped him. He went to CLG, their rival. Caused a big stink about that. That was a lot of drama. And then now he's on Limit, so Liquid. So this guy's been like everywhere.
Cool. He's on Liquid, so Liquid's looking good right now. Okay.
Well,
They're looking hopeful.
I mean, yeah. That's the thing.
something.
Like that's the thing. So like we said, I mean, you can't carry the team unless you're Faker, right? It's like unless you're Faker, you can't really carry a team.
Maybe you can. Just
Double
not,
Lift is good at carrying though.
I would hope so.
I mean, that's
As an
ADC. That's
I was
the
about to say,
carry
what-
is in the name.
What game does TSM really excel at? What game am I thinking of? Are they, or maybe it was?
Uh,
I might be a
I'm-
bit outdated with that.
I might have seen their name in.
They do a lot of stuff now.
So
Well,
don't
yeah,
quote me.
I know
Please
they.
don't
I know
quote
they
me.
have CS:GO teams.
Okay.
They have a lot of.
I thought it was one game in
they-
particular that they were, king of,
They
or
have-
maybe they were.
I
Maybe they were
mean,
king
they're
of.
doing well in Smash actually.
Really?
Well, yeah, you got Tweak, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's true.
He's tweaking out.
He's sweet.
Wow, that
doing
was
it
so
now.
bad.
No, no.
I can't
Wow.
believe,
That's
no, I
alright.
can't believe. Yeah, no one's made that.
We got
joke
it. We
before.
got it.
All right.
I mean, they should. It's true.
I mean, right? Exactly. This is the low-hanging fruit right there.
Yeah.
All right, but to elaborate on League,
Right.
Riot.
Riot is a company.
Riot is doing a lot of things.
They are. They're putting the S at the end of their game. The Riot Games. They've really cemented that they are now more
Alright.
than one game.
All right, you're gonna have to help me, but card game,
Card game.
possible dungeon crawler,
RPG.
animated series, fighting game, and
FPS.
Wow.
FPS,
FPS.
and TFT is
Well,
now on
TFT
mobile.
is now. Yeah, TFT
Wow.
and League of Legends is also now on mobile.
Ah, that's the big one. No one cares about TFT being mobile. That's something that's expected. The whole
That's what- yeah.
MOBA being what?
On mobile.
What?
Mobile MOBA.
That's insane.
Mobile MOBA.
I mean, there's already one Vainglory. But that was the only like.
Right, and Vainglory was the ripoff. The ripoff, right? That.
But that wasn't even a ripoff necessarily of League. That was just a ripoff MOBA.
Right.
Which, I
exactly.
mean,
they always say that.
Yeah. But so for how do you put a whole MOBA on that went from PC with all these items, with all these keys, with all these quick binds, with
Your
all
thumbs.
yes.
Yeah.
Fortnite first. Fortnite did it first.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's, but that's not the same.
Yeah, it's
No,
way
it's not
different.
the same, but I mean, it's like
Much
we've
easier to play
seen
Fortnite.
the cross, like the ability. So it's
Yeah.
like you can do crossplay like that. Not unusual now. Sort of set that.
Mhm.
Not to say that it's like.
That is
but-
fair. Question. Do you think putting a game that has like a more competitive scene on mobile, do you think it helps or hurts the scene from the competitive standpoint?
Okay, from the competitive standpoint.
From the
I think it
competitive
hurts.
standpoint.
I think it definitely helps. I think any name recognition, any way you can put out the name of a game. I mean, even if it's not just new and starting, even if it is a well-established name that everybody knows, putting it into more hands or more areas that it can be played, I think is a good thing. And even if it doesn't get a competitive player from the mobile, like nobody's gonna pick up the mobile game for the first time and be like, you know what, I can make it on this. But it might prompt them to pick up a PC, pick up the QWERTY, and try to go at it from that angle. So I think it's good, personally.
That is the only thing that I was thinking of. Because, like,
Yeah.
I'm sure the competitive players, like the competitive scene now, if they're strictly making mobile, have their own servers and mobile
Mhm.
plays against mobile, fine. If they're
Sure.
mixing the two, not cool. For the competitive standpoint of, like, if you're trying to play ranked or something. But I think overall, it'll help because you get that wow factor. Like, when you're a little kid, you playing Smash now, you played when you were little. You played with your
Yeah.
siblings, and then you have, like, that nostalgia feeling.
That's how it starts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true, but I mean, I also think that like.
It's
think
a gateway game. Sorry, it's
Right,
a
I
gateway
mean,
game.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be a gateway game, but
Yeah.
it's like. So I think there. So I guess a couple points. The first is that I think that in terms of competitiveness, I think that anyone who's playing competitively is not going to pick up on. It's like obviously
That's fair.
the name recognition that X was talking about.
Mhm.
Like I don't think that really helps the competitive scene. I think it definitely helps the casual scene so much, right?
Yeah,
It's like
true,
obviously
very
like
true.
having new players pick up the game,
Mhm.
that's great.
It
But
does
they're
give
probably not going to
Yeah.
go competitive.
Well, to
But
does
it's
give that
also-
facet.
But the second point is
Mhm.
also it's like playing Smash on Joy-Con. It's just like, it's like
Mhm. Shout outs
sometimes
to
it
Black
just
Twins.
teaches you bad things.
shout out to Black Twins though.
Shout
Well,
out to-
shout out to Black.
Shout out to Black
shout out
Twins.
to Beth.
Shout out to Beth.
Yeah,
Single Joy-Con wolf.
yeah. Well, just to so excellent points. But to what I was saying, and then King Fu was kind of chiming in on. I think it's good just to get the name out, right? Of course, it doesn't need it, right? But you might have somebody that enjoys it, that dabbles with it on mobile because it's easy. You look at your phone. Most people spend time on their phone.
Yeah.
It's a great way to get that experience out. And if somebody does want to take it there, they can. So
Man, can you
I don't.
imagine how much
I
data
can't
that
see.
uses?
I
How much
can't see.
battery life it uses.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
I
goodness.
can't see a scenario where it hurts. I can't see anybody. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
see them putting out the name and be like, oh, they went mobile, they sold
Oh, yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'm not playing this game anymore.
Can they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
give us like a mobile console at this point? Like that's what
A
a
mobile
phone.
I
is.
mean,
console?
it's called the Switch.
They're well, Switch Lite now especially.
Switch Lite especially, yeah,
Switch Lite
true.
especially
Wait.
now, even
Yeah.
more so.
If they put it on mobile, do you think they'll put it on like other
Yes.
consoles and
Yes. They have to.
this.
Come
Stop.
on.
stuff? I
Switch
don't.
it. Nintendo's
right there.
hungry.
Stop right there.
Nintendo is hungry.
I don't want that to
Stop.
happen. But
You
like,
have broken the law.
Yeah.
Mom says it's my turn on the
Get
Xbox.
get that MOBA out of my face.
Yeah.
I
You know,
mean,
no, the only MOBA I ever played on console was Anthem.
Smite. Anthem. You said MOBA?
No, I'm not Anthem. I'm sorry,
Oh.
not Anthem. Not Anthem. What is
Paragon.
the Paragon?
Yeah.
Why did I get those mixed up?
Because they both look
Similar.
really
They're
good.
they're very similar.
They
Legitimate.
do look really good,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, and then
Paragon was actually good. Paragon I played for like a week.
That's a lie. So at the end,
Paragon I played for a week.
did you play in beta or the release?
I played it both.
Okay, so that was the huge disconnect because they were like, all right, cool, you got to get to one area to the next. All right, go into a sprint phase. And then the game came out and there's no sprint phase. And they're like, yeah, why'd you make me practice something you completely, it's not even
Right.
in the game anymore.
Well, see, one of my issues with MOBAs was I always have terrible minimap man. It's like I never look at them.
Oh my god.
I never pay attention to what's
How do you
happening.
play MOBAs without looking at the mini map?
Right? See,
Nerd.
right, exactly. So I'm like,
Nerd.
well, no.
It
It's
can
not
be
that I
distracting.
don't.
It
It's not
can
that
be
I
distracting.
don't. It's just that I forget to sometimes. Right? I tunnel vision a lot. And
Tunnel
so
vision,
Paragon,
then you get ganked.
Paragon is so much harder because you can't see anything coming from behind you.
No.
Right? It's like literally,
But
like
then
I
it's
would
too
be
late.
getting ganked by this Grux, and he's just like slapping me up in the face, and I'm like, "Where did you come from?" And they're like, "They were like, I'm pinging you 5 times." I'm like, "Well,
Okay.
that's on me then.
That's fair.
That's on me then. I don't know what I'm doing." So yeah, it really sucks because I
Yeah.
Well, it's probably a comfort thing too.
it is.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
You have to
comfort.
have
A
like
comfort and a
really
force
good
of
like
habit.
eye movement, APM. Like you have to
Yeah.
really like turn your brain on to like extra capacity.
hear
My
me.
brain doesn't work like that.
Mhm.
Hear me and hear me now. I do not think you can fully play a MOBA and its full capacity and expectation from third person point of view. That's it.
Isn't that
Wait.
So Smite,
Yeah,
Paragon,
isn't
I
that-
do
You
not
You mean
think
like over the shoulder third person?
or
Here.
just
So,
from
like,
above?
like Smite's third person, Paragon is third person.
You wouldn't call League of Legends third person.
Okay, that's
no,
what
no,
I
no,
was
no.
thinking.
No, that's top
okay.
down.
Okay, top
Top
down.
down.
Okay,
Top
thank you.
down.
So
Okay.
top down,
Okay.
I think is the only way to effectively and fundamentally get the full effect of a MOBA.
Well, yeah, 'cause you
Yeah.
got to do minion.
Yeah, you
minion
gotta see everything
management.
around you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you got to be
Yeah.
able to see the minion waves.
Yeah,
and
you
all that
can't-
kind of stuff.
Third person, it's like it's MOBA light. Like
Oh, and also like the ability to look around the map. Right?
Exactly.
It's like you have to be able to
You
like
get that
see what
free
everyone
roam.
else is doing.
Right, right.
Exactly.
For
It adds that
Mhm.
whole entire other level and just an entirely different gameplay
Sure.
style.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't really like Paragon. I think that was I probably didn't realize it at the
Yeah, and you also get globals and top downs, and that's kind of cool from time to time.
Well, anyway, I don't
Right
know. I
on.
mean, but League of Legends, but Riot as a company, at least is trying to branch out from the singular MOBA.
Yeah, that's good. Do different things.
But I mean, I don't know.
Diversify
Like,
yourself.
right, it's good to diversify, but I mean, these are all like so. These in the earliest of early.
It's
Mhm.
It's like-
okay. One, we don't know how early this is,
I know.
and two, we wanna talk about how their timing. Because Blizzard's kind of getting slapped with some stuff right now, and everyone's kind of
As-
unhappy with them.
As well
and-
they should be, though.
Yeah.
As well
Yeah.
they should be.
But it's kind of
They should
ironic
be.
that Riot's been sitting on these things. Like they bought the company that is working on their fighting game 3 years ago.
Yeah, they
So
do.
3 years ago they could have said legitimately anything, but now they're like, Blizzard's kind of on their back heels right now.
But-
Let me
But
let me just put all these projects in their head real quick.
It's hard not to take a stance, but
Here's the issue.
What's the issue? Give it
Here's
to me.
the
Nerf.
issue.
Give it to me. Give it to
Everyone
me.
is so mad at Blizzard for kowtowing to China.
yeah.
Yes.
Do you know who owns Riot? Tencent. 100%.
Is it
Oh,
the same
wow.
company?
Same company?
It's Tencent. Yeah.
Okay, I was
Okay.
about to say you saying Tencent again does not tell me it's the
It's
same company.
Tencent. The Chinese company
I
has
done told you.
complete 100% control of
Yeah.
Riot. And everyone is like, oh, I don't like Blizzard. I don't like Blizzard. But that League of Legends, though. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
are you kidding me?
Yeah,
League
same
of
thing.
Legends, Riot has had these censorship policies for years.
Oh,
So
wow.
you wanna know what's funny?
Like,
It
people
makes
are-
sense. It makes sense that the
Just-
culture in China is exactly that.
blows my mind.
You know what it probably is? It's probably like one dude, like they're both two brothers. One was like, I get Blizzard, and he's like, all right, cool. I get League of Legends. It's like, all right, or Riot.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, cool. And then Tencent is the dad, and they're like, all right, y'all do what you do. And then Blizzard was like, ah. And then they were like, you know what? We'll just burn
It's okay,
one
it's okay.
half. We'll burn one half.
Right, exactly.
Just burn the branch,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll use
Right.
that to fertilize the other field. And now they are everyone. The moment that the beta for the game was released,
Yeah.
what was it? 250,000 viewers watching the card game. Like that's insane.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a good. I think it's a good thing. I think it's hard for companies, people, right, to not have an opinion on things going on around them. It's just natural.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like freedom of speech, right? Of course, that's America, though. But
Yeah.
I was gonna
Right.
say
Yeah.
they,
Right,
don't
we are
quite
blessed.
do not have that. But that's one of the things that aids us, right? And what makes us so free to be able to create, to think, and to express ourselves, right? No, over in China, they don't really have that. So not quite out of the ballpark for them to make
Yeah.
that move. You know,
Yeah.
It-
And
it-
like it's crazy to us because we have freedom of speech, but
to them, it's like
right. We take it for
we've
granted.
had
We
this for
obviously
years.
take it for
We've
granted.
had
for
this
sure,
for
for sure.
years.
Right.
and they were like, yeah,
Well-
why would they not do that? What are you surprised?
Right.
What?
It's like you see
We
a League of
expected
Legends
this.
player. League of Legends player will probably be like, oh, I don't like
Yeah.
current administration in America. Blah blah blah. People would not really
Yes.
like bat too much of an eye at that.
Yeah, they
like
would
that
hear
would
it
be
and
kind of
they'd
like,
be like, yeah.
whatever. But in China, it's just like literally you get banned. Your winnings are stripped. You're no longer a part
Yeah.
of the team.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
Chinese-
are literally like
Take for example,
punched in the gut.
Yeah, take for example basketball players.
Right.
Chinese basketball. Yao Ming that came over, it was so insanely strict. He had the fame and still could not do exactly what he wanted to.
All right.
Because of the
Exactly.
Chinese government.
But also, we also have the NBA now, which has a lot
Yeah.
of money from
Mhm.
China, which is actually the NBA
Very
now
true.
kind of actually having the same problems here in America.
It's things with
Kinda
money.
weird.
So,
Hey, man.
all right, guys. I
Money
do
talks.
believe we are ready to wrap things up for this segment. What do you
All right.
guys have left? Any closing statements for you
Give me your opinion on this whole thing. Just give me
on
your
with
blast.
Tencent?
Yes, or not with Tencent. With
The
this
new
project.
Riot developments.
Yes.
Just with their branching out. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, with
Oh,
all this.
totally.
project
What do you
that's
think
Yeah,
is the
happening.
future? What do you think is the future?
Totally fine with it. Yeah, totally fine with it. I mean, as a company, you should be doing anything you want, and if you're going to try lots of little things, I think that's fine. Yeah, no problem with that. Is that am I answering the question? Yeah,
Yes,
I think
yes,
that's
you are.
Yeah, that's totally fine for me.
That's a fair
Is that really actually a controversy for people? Oh.
I mean, I'm just not a huge fan of the company, but like,
Oh, well,
I mean, we also have that, yeah.
I mean, if it were to come out that their lead had, the president had said some things, I probably would have different feelings about it. But in terms of branching out, yeah, totally fine with it. Absolutely.
Yeah, you never know. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, like we said, there's still more to come. Right? It's like we'll be learning more
Yeah.
about that. I mean,
All right,
they
we
just
can cover it next week.
barely teased it, so it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we'll talk about
their
it.
opinion.
I'm still a little bit skeptical.
Okay.
I'm still a little bit skeptical.
I'm interested to see how this goes. I want it to be competitive. That's about it.
Yeah, it's like everyone wants it to be competitive, but it's just like I just don't know. Like, I played League of Legends for a long time, so it's like I have a distrust of Riot a little
Mhm.
bit. So it's like, and justifiably so, I think. So it's like, I'm staying back until I see like, okay.
Yeah. Be patient
where's
to
this
make your
going?
call.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
I'm tentatively interested.
Yeah, I think everybody should be. I think it's all good until it's not.
Okay.
All right, guys.
So that's it for this week. We're going to take a small break. If you are watching the live stream, take a small break and back in just a minute.
Yes. All right.
All right, take care, guys.
And welcome to the Best of 5 podcast.
I am King Fuyoshi.
I'm Nerf,
And
and we have special guest.
I am Panic Attack. Those of you who follow the K Fairfax streams, which aren't many of you, probably might recognize my voice as the guy who commentates Tekken once in a while. But yeah, I'll be here talking about fighting games today.
Yeah, always
Right.
good to have someone specialized in fighting games.
It's a weird field. They're growing. Believe it
Yeah.
or not, they're a thing. They're real. Arcades aren't dead.
Probably true.
Oh, and just to let you guys know, we won't be able to record next week, so this is pre-recorded. So this will come out next week, roughly. But we're gonna record it today on the 20th.
Yep. So today is Sunday the 20th. We
Yep. Doing
Okay.
what we can.
For those of you who are listening live,
Yeah.
all our dates are going to be a week off for you guys.
But we have Panic Attack here with some FGC
Brackets.
brackets.
Yeah,
Lots
brackets.
of results.
So I guess we'll talk about stuff that's coming up first. The big events to watch out for. Remember, we are recording a week in advance. So when you guys hear this, if you're not listening live, Tokyo Masters will be happening. Nice thing about all these Japanese events is that you get all the killers, all parts of Asia showing up. Then Canada Cup will be a week from that. And then Rocks and Roll, 3 weeks from that. DreamHack will also be at the same time as Rocks and Roll.
DreamHack's gonna have a lot of other stuff.
Dream-
Just FGC.
Yeah, for sure.
I know that one.
And then October 25th, there will be the Xanadu Monthly. And there are, again with Xanadu, weeklies every Thursday. And days. Yeah, so right now, as of the time of recording, we got East Coast Throwdown going on. Top 48s for Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Top 8s have been released for Tekken. Top 8s for Dragon Ball Fighters. And there's some interesting going on right
East Coast Throwdown. Where is that?
Stanford, Connecticut.
Gotcha.
Happening right now as of
Never heard of a tournament in Connecticut. That feels so abstract.
I mean, New England, baby. New England coming out strong, baby.
Don't nobody like that team.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well,
It's not even just that team. They have all the good. They got the Celtics. They got
fair enough.
Just stop winning.
they're too
and-
good.
Yeah.
Too good. Now
You know
we're
what?
good. Now
People
we're
just jealous.
good.
You know
just
what?
jealous.
Maybe they should just make a league team so that way we can be in a.
Why? So they can just get drop. Why? So they can drop out of Worlds and just fall out of the group stage in Worlds, so they just won't get out. Is that what we want? We want another team that just doesn't make it out of the group stage of Worlds.
Maybe if they come from all those champions, they might win some. Steph
They
Curry
won't have
playing
Faker.
mid.
They won't have Faker. They
Steph-
don't have Faker.
Steph Curry for mid.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can't be recruiting from like New England jock schools for esports. You got to be going to the nerd schools. You got to go to the GT schools. You got to go to the AP schools. Recruit from there. Those are where the
Nah.
hidden killers are.
Nah, I want LeBron playing ADC. I want that.
Move over, Rick Fox.
Wait, who was? No, there was a football player. Richard Sherman. I think Richard Sherman is actually doing a little bit of competitive gaming.
Oh, yeah, no.
Actually,
But Richard
kinda
Sherman's
crazy.
a huge dork.
He is a huge
He's
dork.
a huge dork.
All right,
Huge
what
dork,
game,
but I
though?
love that guy.
What game though?
I think it's an FGC, right? No, it's.
I didn't know about this.
I think it was something like.
I was about to
don't know.
say, if you tell me Madden, I'm gonna be upset.
no.
Professional NFL player. Hey dog, I'm here to play some Madden. No, you're not.
Yeah,
Get
this
on the
dude's-
field.
This dude's stacked. He's just like, yo, what's up, man? I'm here to play some video games. Like,
Well, have you ever heard of like Richard Sherman talk about like how he goes about his time on the field and stuff?
No.
Super smart guy.
Yeah.
Like he's really strategic. A lot of football players are just kind of like, oh yeah, I just kind of. Richard Sherman's like, I look and see where like the eyes of the quarterback are, and then that's where I know where. He's got like this whole strategy line. Like esports.
Okay,
oh, that
that's
makes
fair.
sense. Anyway,
He went to Stanford.
yeah.
Okay.
Stanford, Connecticut.
Back to Sanford, Connecticut.
Oh,
MK. For those of you who follow MK, you know that Sonic Fox has been destroying MK. It's kind of hard to watch Grand Final sometimes. But now he's having competition. I mean, Ninja Killer. Ninja Killer is the big guy. There's also A George, UIU Deoxys, Combat. Really, the eyes are on. If anyone's got a shot at beating Sonic Fox, Ninja Killer. He's done it before. He could do it again, and apparently he's got a little brother who's really good at Dragon Ball Fight.
That's
But
cool.
I'm sure he's not Sonic Fox good.
Ninja Kill's real good at Mortal.
No, I was referring to his little
his
brother.
His
talking
little
about
brother probably
Dragon
not.
Ball.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He's like 12.
Oh,
He's
what?
got
years.
He's got
years
some
to
time.
prep.
got some time.
He's got some time.
years.
If that game even survives that, I don't think that game will survive
that
the
game's
test
not
of
gonna
time.
Probably not. Probably not. Not the way that they're doing it.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with Dragon Ball Fighters is half the cast hall feels the same. You got
Uh,
Goku and you got
Goku.
Cell, and they
You got
both feel.
Goku?
And you got Goku.
You got
Okay.
Goku.
They got little Goku,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
you got
You
Gohan,
half
and older
Goku?
Gohan.
They do not feel the same, but competitively, you're playing the same. There's like
Right.
the same. There's like
I mean,
what is it?
even
It's like a
Sonic-
20 some odd. No, there's probably way more than 20.
There's
What,
like
players,
28
characters. There's
28
like
characters.
40 something.
Okay, so
There's
you
a
got
lot of
40
characters.
some odd characters, but the competitive scene there's 8.
You still have to pick 3, right?
There's-
And you still have to pick 3 for a team.
Yeah,
Right?
but
so a
in
lot
the
of them play
competitive-
the same characters.
Yeah, that's
but
what
at
I said.
least
The
it's
competitive scene
overlap.
there's 8.
It's Kid Goku, Base Vegeta. It's just like the usual suspects.
Yeah,
What's Sonic Fox's team? It's Kid Goku, Base Vegeta.
Bardock.
I was about to say
Bardock.
Bardock's in there. Hey,
Bardock
hey,
always.
There was a French tournament. There was not a single Bardock in top 8.
Thank
Felt
God.
good, but they all had Goku GT. So you're like,
Yeah.
So they're just tiered. They're tiering out.
I mean, why not? I mean, the real
The
thing
thing
is
is, he's got it all.
Yeah.
He's got the power pole. He's up really good up close. He's really sticky. Got range. He's just perfect.
He's short. You can't hit him.
it'd be one thing if he was just like, oh, he's top tier, I'm gonna play him. But he legitimately has everything. Like his Oki is insane. His follow-ups are insane. He can combo off a level 3. Why?
Yeah, literally the first time I saw him combo off a level 3, like I hadn't played in like 3 months, and I was like, "What? You can combo off of that?"
You
That's-
pop someone
like,
up in the
like
air with-
literally,
yeah,
he pops him up, and he kept going. The combo kept going, and I was like, "Wait, I thought that was, oh, this is still, oh,
It didn't reset.
that's not fair. That's not fair." And it's
Stop
just
this,
like,
man.
dude. That you
Stop this man.
have broken the law.
Look at this, bruh. Could you imagine if they gave him Nimbus? I don't know what he would do with it, but like that'd be cool,
He's already got power pole. He doesn't need Nimbus.
bruh. I mean, I want his dash attack to be his dash. Just give him Nimbus.
Annoying
Yeah,
voice.
instead of flying speed.
Last thing
No,
I want to
that's-
hear is
Like,
like
a
this
Nimbus,
little
like a
kid,
Nimbus Rekka type move. That'd
Yeah,
be that'd be pretty neat.
Exactly.
I mean,
It probably wouldn't be as busted. The Nimbus move would probably be terrible. I'm gonna be honest with you. It'd probably be bad.
Yeah, maybe.
But you know,
well,
what's
you know,
not
you
bad?
think about like Dragon Ball lore. They all fly. Like, at what point do they fly faster than Nimbus?
At
Like,
what point
At
did
what point in the series has Nimbus become rendered obsolete? When was the Nimbus's iPhone 5 moment, and then like the iPhone 8 came out? Nimbus was like, all right, I don't need
Super Saiyan?
I mean,
Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan's when Nimbus was.
I mean,
Yeah, because
Nimbus just stopped showing up.
I mean, it appeared at the very beginning of like Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
at the very beginning, and
It's
then
the-
he's just like, "I'm done with you, Nimbus."
Well, Nimbus was like the Gohan transport mobile for a little while.
yeah, exactly. And then Goku, they went to Planet Namek, and then they came back, and they're like, "Dad," and he's like, "Why is your hair yellow?" And he's like, "I'm a monster now." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And then there's another dude with yellow hair popped up with a sword, and you're like, "Oh, that's cool. You can stop blades with your finger now. That's what we do now." And then
Yeah.
at that point, that's when Nimbus was kind of like,
Yeah, at the point where everyone else who normally was able to keep up with what's going on can't see what's happening because it's all happening too fast. They're all like,
Nimbus hit him with
"All
the
right."
All right, Nimbus is retiring.
Fades away.
Nimbus has
The
got
fade
that
away.
401k plan. Nimbus is gonna go do
All right,
something.
I'm about to head out.
Nimbus has a nice retirement plan. He's probably the cloud that waters Goku's crops.
Yeah, I'm about to head.
Or he's just chilling with Master Roshi.
Master
Probably.
Roshi got nothing else to do.
I was about to say, Master Roshi chilling at the crib.
What happened to Lunch? Lunch still living with Master Roshi?
What is lunch?
Or Launch or whatever.
Launch,
Launch.
dude. She
Oh yeah.
literally she disappeared.
She
Like
di-
that is
she
that is
stopped
that is
existing.
the character that the whole like the showrunners were like, "Oh,
What?
I forgot." She oops.
Well, she appears in like credits and stuff. Like,
Exactly.
she just shows up in the back. Like the
They
wares.
put her in the draft, and then they're like, "Did you draw her?" And they're like, "No." And they're like,
She
"But
was
we're
supposed to be-
sending it now." And they're like,
Like,
"Send it,
She was supposed to be in that scene. Oh, well,
send it,
that's okay.
send it."
Not an important character
Send
anyway,
it.
right? And they're like, "Well, you're right. It's not. She has a gun. What do you need a gun for?" Like she get that Gatling gun, she's like hits you with the strap, and everyone's just like, "Oh, okay." Well,
All of them eat the. They literally get hit by the bullets and be like, "My shirt. What are
You're
you
right.
doing?"
like, hey, you damaged my training gear.
And that's
dare
about
you.
it. And
Anyway.
that wouldn't even be the regular gi because the other ones are like stupid heavy.
All right,
Anyway,
back to the bracket.
bracket.
Back to the back to the bracket.
brackets.
Street Fighter V. Punk's back. Punk's doing all right. He's and then someone I want to mention. He's local. He goes to the Cave Weeklies pretty regularly. He's in top 48 at Street Fighter V at East Coast Throwdown. PHG Ludwig.
Oh, that is a name I recognize.
And I don't know if you guys remember him. He plays. I know I've only seen him play Asuka, but he plays Asuka at Tekken. I think he plays Karen. No, Chun-Li. He plays Chun-Li.
Okay.
He's a Chun-Li player in Street Fighter.
Play Mortal
Where did
Kombat.
we hear?
I don't know.
Nerf.
I've never seen him play. I've only seen.
Where
him.
did we hear that name before?
Ludwig?
Was it from?
It
I
might
think
have
it was.
been Tekken.
It was from Tekken.
I think
It was
from
Xanadu.
Tekken.
It was Xanadu
Yeah,
top
it
eight.
was
That's
like
what
it was like a local. It was like a local.
Well,
local
his main
Tekken.
game Street Fighter. He's a
Okay.
Street Fighter player.
Okay, well-
he got into Tekken just because he wanted to try something new, and he's doing well at Tekken. But he's making top 48 at a Capcom Pro Tour event.
Okay.
I mean, those are
And-
very different games. Like Tekken and Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter all are like different things. So it's the fact that you can still cross over.
Well, I think the hardest thing for a lot of people to like when going from Street Fighter to Tekken or Tekken from Street Fighter is the concept of holding back to block, not holding back. That's a point of frustration. I see.
I
I see
played-
Yoshi. You
I played Soul Calibur 6 yesterday. You know what you have to do to
have
block?
to push a button.
You have to hit a button.
That's weird.
You know what I didn't learn for my first whole round? To hit a button. I was backing up and I was like, why am I not blocking anything? He was like, you got to hit a button. I was like, a button? Oh, yeah. And he was like, yeah, dog. And then he's telling me this as he's comboing me. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you here?
That's what you're doing.
No freebies. No
Winning. He's
freebies.
winning.
No
Yeah,
freebies.
No freebies. You learn the hard way.
Yeah,
It's rough in
dog.
these streets, man.
I
They don't hold your hand.
was about to say, if you don't remember how to block, you better hope your offense is on point.
It's like we'll hold your hand, but it's like we're also dragging you through the sticks.
Exactly. We're gonna keep dragging. If
Come
you
on, come on,
stop,
come on.
if you stop moving your feet, I'm still going to
It's like,
continue.
come
to
on,
drag.
don't hold me back, man. Follow me.
Okay, so a local at
So
top 48.
local
That's
in
what's
top
up.
48. It's nice to hear.
Good stuff.
Other recognizable figures, Knuckle He's in the winner's side. Oh, also Ludwig's in winner's side. He's not in loser's side. I mean, just to get an idea of who's in loser's side, Sanford Kelly, he's in loser's side.
Okay.
So Ludwig's doing better than Sanford Kelly. A boy.
It's the local, dog.
There's a
Hey,
vi-
bruh, that just proves that this area is full of monsters. And
Yeah.
that makes me feel better when I play in bracket because these monsters are they're beating the.
Well,
Wow.
we're gonna get to another
They're
monster
just
later.
oonga boonga me.
We're gonna get into another local monster later. But so Tekken 7 top 8s.
Hmm.
A lot of you Tekken guys probably know Fighting GM from New York. He's
Okay.
the Lee player. Really hard character, super technical. Not a lot of people play, and got nerfed in season 3. Still sticking with Lee. Kudans is in top 8. A lot of people were kind of. He had some issues with sponsors. He lost his
Oh.
sponsor right before. Wasn't sure if he was gonna be plane ticket and stuff.
Drama or something? It's like they just
I think he's a pretty private person.
Shout out Evo for putting Smash in.
Yeah, we can talk about that later. I do want to
Did they
like.
get voted in.
I don't know.
I thought it was a vote.
Well,
I don't think they had a choice.
Have you guys seen like the Mighty Keith video about like everyone reacts to the Evo 2019 and Ultimate goes like I've never seen Melee in my life.
exactly.
We'll give you a Sunday spot for the next 5 years and 100K pop bonus. I ain't seen Melee in my life. Security.
security.
Sees him on the ground.
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who
I'm
you
sorry,
are.
I've never seen you before in my life.
Get stopped at the door. I don't know that person.
You tell me
officer.
if I saw this man on the street, I wouldn't know his name. Sorry to this man.
We were talking about it earlier before we started streaming, but Melee is an old game.
It is.
We
Bruh.
got to accept it.
You gotta let it go.
We got to let it go. My little brother, he's 13 years
You
old.
gotta let it-
He's never played Melee in his life. I'm 22. I can find I know so many people with GameCubes still lying around. If I want to play Melee, I can play Melee.
I got a
But it's like-
GameCube.
You got a Wii, you can still.
If you have the game.
If you have the game. Yeah, but
And
like
Yeah.
And then getting a hold of the game is.
I mean, a lot of people play Melee on.
Yeah, that is fair.
They
So
emulate.
but like it's just not
not the
something
same.
It's something
Oh, yeah, it's
my
not the
brother
same.
doesn't watch Melee. He watches Ultimate. He doesn't care about Melee.
yeah, that's fair.
It's like it's
No,
yeah, you
it's
got to
fine.
move on.
Yeah.
Some people
And I
got to
think
move on. Some
if-
people really.
I agree. I'm of the
Unless you're
opinion-
H-Box, you don't have to.
Right,
move on.
or Mango, or Leffen, or
Yeah, that's
like
true.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of like the top players like Plup. Like I mean, name a Melee player who's still doing top 8s. Like, they obviously
I
are
was about to say,
dedicating themselves to the game.
If they're still getting top 8, then they can still keep playing for the fact
For
of they're
money.
still getting paid.
It's not that much, but it's like, money.
I mean, HBox, that's first place, dog. That's
Yeah,
That's
but
money.
you get
That's
like $500. Okay, not 500, but like 1,000.
I mean, they're not
2,000,
like
3,000.
they're still putting in the hours for all. It's not like
Absolutely.
they've completely like
Some of them
holding
are.
back.
That is true. Some of them are. They just don't have the results, and that's a lot of
Mhm.
times we forget about the fact that like Leffen is like one of the ones who's done a little bit of crossover.
yeah.
Everyone else is like
everyone else
still
has been. I'm
fine.
still playing Melee, or I'm only playing Ultimate. They're,
There's like Leffen and Wizrobe are probably maybe HBox. HBox trying to get into Ultimate.
Jiggly's bad.
Well, he's trying to pick up a different character.
Well, I think like I'm of the opinion that Smash is part of the FGC. I know a lot
Okay.
of people don't feel
Cool.
that way. A lot of people they try to keep them separate. I think Smash is FGC, and if you want to be FGC, you have to play the latest. Doesn't matter if you like the older game more. Any game has to do this. A lot of people don't like Street Fighter V compared to Street Fighter 4. I was talking to Ludovic, and he was telling me, he's like, "There's no reason to play the old game. Yeah,
Exactly.
you might like them better, but like this is where the competitive scene is right
The
now.
future, right?
And you have to be with the competitive scene if you want to be competitive. It's just
That's true.
Like,
I agree.
You can't play basketball with 30-year-old rule set.
One thing that I do like about the FGC though is that if they move on to the next installation and that is bad, they're just like, we're not doing it. We're
That's
just,
true.
We're just
If
not,
it's really bad,
yeah,
they'll-
they're just like, it's so bad, we're just not doing it. You just don't have that game anymore.
we'll play a different game.
It's like Marvel vs. Capcom. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, everybody's like, oh my god. Marvel vs. Capcom, what is it, Infinite? now?
Infinite, yeah.
Man, I wasted my look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me,
You
Nerf.
paid
I'm so mad. I wasted
Paid for that?
shit.
Did you buy it at retail?
And I bought the character
He-
pass.
Oh.
I'm so, bro. I
At
was
least you
so-
didn't buy like the fight stick.
F
No,
in the
no,
chat,
no.
boys. F in the chat.
bro, I was so mad. Like, how
Press
could you
F to pay
disrespect?
respects.
How could you disrespect me like that? And then after that, when I beat the story, the only time I'd pick up the game was to play the new characters that had just come out. And then I was like, let me play online. And then
Well,
I
so-
saw
When
Dormammu.
when Infinite came out and Fighters came out at the same time, everyone was talking about how Fighters is going to pick up the mantle of UMVC and like 3v3 tag fighters. I think there's still a big hole.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
think
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, UMVC3 had the highest stream numbers and the most entrants at Evo
Fighters
when
doesn't
it was. Fighters does not have. Fighters did for a year. It had it for a year, and then people got tired of the game. People never got tired of UMVC3, and if the world ends, people will still be playing UMVC2. They'll play Marvel vs. Capcom 2. They'll play StarCraft Brood War. They'll play Melee, and they'll play CS 1. Counter-Strike 1.6. The end of the world. Those are the 4 games that will be played.
on our rectangular boxes and old dusty.
In this
On the
equipment.
last CRTV that's still
When we
alive.
hook ourselves into singularity and like all get into the game for real, that is what we're playing with our.
I'm playing. If we're getting wired into the game,
That's
I'm playing Tekken.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
learning. I'm learning Leo's fight style. That'd
Yeah,
be fun.
if I had like
Do it.
Dude, some people are real fast at learning. That's the thing. It's like it's just about like
It
how
translates
quickly
Once-
they translate.
Yeah, once you get into an FGC game, like competitively, they translate so well. Like even if you're playing Street Fighter, you have the mentality of like rush down. Rush down is a mentality. Bait and punish is a mentality.
There's just
yeah.
a lot of common inputs. Like Fireball is usually the same in most games.
DPs.
Dragon DPs.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right,
Same.
right.
And people, they're not that hard.
Mm.
I think there's a big
sure.
mystique around FGC. Super hard to get into. A lot of gatekeeping. Really, really high barrier of entry.
There
And
are
there
a
is a
lot of
learning curve.
consistency, right? It's like, oh, I know I just got to get them launch here, then you
Yeah.
start doing combos, stuff like that. It's
But
like,
I think the biggest problem with the FGC is not like the learning curve is not, it's not because of the players or the fan base or whatever or the games itself. It falls on the developer. They're
Right.
not doing a good job introducing people to these
Call 'em
games.
out. I'm not paying attention. Call them out.
I wouldn't go that far because the developers are doing all they can
Well, they're doing what they know.
in the seemingly wrong areas. So instead of like people are honestly pretty trash at promoting. These past 5 years, yeah, I'm going to say 5. The promotion of games in general is so weak. Think back to when you were a kid. If something's coming out, you hear about it for a whole month. If there's a new movie coming out that you want to see, you are wired for an entire month because every time you turn on the TV, you see it.
But do you
Every
think
time.
do you think that's like a factor of us like not paying attention, or we have less time on our hands? My brother knows about shit all the time.
No, because for advertising. Oh, excuse,
Yeah, we
right?
have Twitter,
It's like
we
come
have
on,
social media.
like literally, like these algorithms force it down your throat. If these have the money,
That's
they
true.
should be
That's
all
true.
these,
That's
like,
true.
Targeted ads.
But I think there's
I'm
more.
surprised
I
when
think there's more big game releases ever now.
Yeah.
They're more frequent. I would say they're more frequent.
Okay. What I will say is that their advertising isn't as frequent and isn't as in your face. Now we have Evo, or not Evo, we have E3 and situations like that, and then we have Nintendo Direct. So Nintendo, I would say, is probably the only one that does it as frequently and as aggressively.
They have they do it on their own platform.
Yeah.
That's the key. Is they
They do it on their own platform,
the
but
Switch.
they do it so regularly.
Right, they do.
So
Well, I mean, Sony's got their own thing now
And they've started
too.
doing that.
Sony had their conference instead of E3.
Right.
yeah.
Skipping
Well,
out on E3.
So do you think E3 is like a shadow of its?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, right?
Because
Absolutely.
before E3, like, there was no, like, Nintendo Direct.
I think CES is bigger than E3. I think in terms of like game announcements.
Wow.
I think
I wouldn't
now-
go that far, but yeah.
I think in maybe not.
I would say now,
I
like, what
think
does
now,
E3
yeah.
have?
What does E3 have? I
I
think
mean, E3 has Ubisoft. They have like the smaller, like the specific game developers, and
Yeah, they
not the large companies. It
Yeah.
allows those specific
that's
developers
true.
to
Ubisoft,
put their stuff out.
THQ Nordic, all those
Right,
guys.
all those guys. That's their time to shine.
But that's rough for the fact
Right.
of if you like PlayStation, you'll like a lot more than if you like Ubisoft. Like, if you like
Oh, yeah.
Ubisoft, what do you got? You got Assassin's Creed and God of War? Is
Yeah.
that what you got?
Yeah, but they're branching. They're trying to
Yeah.
branch out. For a single developer, they're trying to do a lot more than single developers have done in the past.
Yeah, which no fault to the developer, but it's just it's kind of an
Sure.
I think
the playing field for them is very difficult for them to get an upper hand.
I
on.
think also a big factor is that E3 crowd, CES crowd, different group. The kids watch E3, and you had grown-ups, people like my dad, who are watching CES. But now the average gamer is what? 30 plus?
Well,
Something
25
30
plus.
plus.
I'll say
No,
25
I
plus.
think it's higher than that.
I'll
I think
say
Wow.
it's
25 plus.
25, yeah, 20, even then, 25 plus. Like, yeah, you can be in the market for the new iPhone as well as the new, the new Call of Duty. It's not an
Yeah.
either or situation
is
anymore. It's
true.
like now it's a competition for each other's eyeballs.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
who-
even what is it? In my latest iPhone update, they changed it so I can now connect my PlayStation controller to my phone.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Fortnite is now
When are they
viable
gonna do
on
that?
phone.
When are they going to do that with the
Well, I
Switch
think-
Pro controller?
I
Because
think-
Androids get that. I want to be able to unsync my Pro controller with my
Well, remember
phone.
when the
Give me that.
Windows Phone came out and that
Oh,
was their
no.
big push? It was like
Oh, no.
Windows Phone, like we got all the best games, we got all these developers. It was kind of like,
Yeah, that's pretty lame.
but
But-
now mobile gaming is bigger. Like the fact of the matter is, mobile gaming is bigger than.
I know, man. I
Have you
see
seen
these.
COD Mobile, Mario
Uh,
Kart, like
I've seen these streamers getting all these views with streaming mobile. I'm like,
yeah, Clash Royale,
Yeah.
and
exactly.
Yeah, even
tournaments for it, I'm
Vainglory,
like,
even
what?
Vainglory, we were talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like,
What is it? Brawl Stars right now? It's kind of
I
popping.
think so.
Yeah.
There's-
I played that aggressively for like 3 days.
Right, but that's because they know that there's money.
For sure.
Right, that the whales
sure.
out there. The promise of like one dude, $1,000
Is
on this
and
Yep.
game.
You're not wrong. But see,
Take
what's
that chance.
what the thing is that with console games, that's a commitment, right?
Yeah.
So you got a PC or you got a console, you committed to that.
And yet, mobile games often make people more committed.
Yes, but to the degree of like, it's access for everyone. So like, if someone, let's say you have someone who gambles,
Hmm?
if they gamble, there's no video game for that.
yeah, there is a machine.
There's also playing Hero in Smash.
How
I'm so tired of you. But I mean, like, you're not gonna go and
Got
buy Blackjack 2019 and then drop all this
Well,
money.
no, but
in
there
it.
are people who do. There are people who play monthly subscriptions to
Well, no, that's
play,
what I'm-
play poker online.
My dad plays
That's
poker
what I'm
online.
saying. From the like
That's
mobile.
a video game, is it not?
I meant from the
Yes.
standpoint of
Yes.
It's a game.
He's right.
You're playing a game online. It's a
right.
game.
That's
Right.
my
It's a-
point.
it's
It's
a
on
game.
mobile though. That's my point. It's not console. On console, there's no Blackjack 21.
Oh,
With
Yeah, there
mobile,
GTA Casino.
you have Uno.
GTA Casino. It's a casino.
You
You're
have
just not
Uno!
you're paying real money to win fake money. To buy cool stuff for
I
your
mean,
GTA dude.
And let's be real, like Overwatch is a bit of a gamble.
yeah.
You know,
Oh,
these loot boxes are gamble.
my point was mobile
gamble.
gets everywhere.
Yeah, mobile.
Like you don't have to be a gamer to play a mobile game.
Right,
for-
mobile is on the go.
Right,
Right,
yeah.
by definition.
Yeah, by
So we're
nature.
gatekeeping it. Mobile gamers are not gamers.
No, I'm saying you don't have to be a gamer to be into mobile games. That's it.
That's very true.
That is true.
You're getting everyone with mobile games, but you're not getting everyone playing Tekken.
Right, you get a lot of
stuff like that.
casuals who are like borderline, right? Like
Casuals.
borderline casual, even though they play for 20
Normie.
hours, like 20 hours in 3 days. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Well, so like it's funny you bring up like because there's like I feel like there's a growing rift within a lot of esports communities between like we're casual Reddit, you know.
yeah.
You got your people. We
That's a
play
bit
this
of a-
game seriously. We
Yeah.
we know what we're doing. We know the meta. We look at patch notes. We are gamers. And then you have you got
I've been there. I've
filthy
been there.
casuals and,
Hardcore.
and
And filthy casual. Yeah, I've been there
The
because like
filthy casual.
because
it's easy to like be in a position where you look down on people who game it seriously.
oh my goodness, that
It can be
aggravates
easy
me
to
so
get in that
much.
man's head,
It
yeah.
aggravates me to the point where like not to the point where, but it aggravates me from the stand of I've been playing games since I was 4. When I was 4, I was not like, yeah, this is life. I was like, yeah, this is amazing.
You can
This
still
is
be bad at a game and have fun.
yeah, like this is a wonderful
What?
little wonderland.
No, that's not true. No, I call BS. No, that's
no
not,
easy mode for Dark Souls.
No, that's not how this game is supposed to be played. You're supposed to be not having fun.
Exactly. But like that's what it was when you were growing up playing games with something that was fun. You're like, what? I can go save a princess as a red plumber with a red hat. Dope. I'm gonna go stomp on some little mushroom looking things with black shoes. That was it. There was no like, oh, I need you to do this speed run. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that better.
Where are the
than
magic
someone else.
whistles?
How did you not know the third pipe?
Why
if
did you
duck
not
it
go to
down?
the warp pipe? What is wrong with you? Why are you not
Exactly.
skipping half the game?
Exactly.
Why are you not playing half the game?
Exactly. And then you just got people that are just like, yo, dog, I just want to play this fighting game. And then when I've been in the situation where I've played a fighting game, the game legitimately just came out. It came out that exact day.
Oh yeah.
This
Oh
is-
yeah.
you're gonna be
Oh, here
salty.
it goes,
now.
here
Oh,
it goes,
Yeah,
here it
this is Sam's
goes.
show. This is Sam's show. He's talking about Sam's show. I know exactly what game you're talking
All
about.
right, so
I know
playing,
exactly who you're talking
He's
about.
had, yeah, exactly. I know exactly who we're talking. I'm not gonna name names, but you can.
all right. So
I won't name
we're
names.
playing Sam's show, and he's just like, oh, man, just do this combo. That's the confirmed combo. I was like,
Oh, that's easy, man.
the game just came out. How do you even know that? He's like, oh, yeah, dog. I just did some research online.
doing
It's
some
super
research
simple.
last week.
Anybody could have looked it up. And I'm like, that's fine and dandy. I
I'm
just
not gonna look up stuff for a game that isn't even out yet that I don't
Right?
have.
one that is so lame. That's so boring. Lab. I will not lie. When I was younger, you couldn't pay me enough to go and lab a
Lab,
game.
yeah?
I'm playing with the homies and I'm beating them. Whatever
I'm mashing
strat,
buttons. I'm mashing buttons.
whatever strat I
I'm
have,
picking Eddie Gordo. 3-4-3-4-3-4-3-4.
whatever plan I came in with, if that doesn't work, it's because I didn't hit the button hard enough. But then you're just gonna sit up like what? Lab. Now that I'm older and like competitively want to play games, labbing is one of the funnest things ever. Because the
labbing.
moment that you find a true
love
combo or
labbing.
something, it's like, feels good. I also get it from the standpoint.
I'm probably the only one who doesn't like labbing here. Actually, I still don't like.
You know what?
I'm
There
not
are
a
a lot of
fan.
really good players who don't.
Yeah,
that's
like,
why
it's
I
so
play
fair.
Pac-Man, anything you do in the lab is not real.
Yeah, and I think there's also
That's fair.
I think also there's a big like issue with if you want to get into this game, the first thing you need to do, you need to hit the lab, you need to practice all these things. You gotta like you don't
Practice
get
your
into
0 to
soccer-
deaths. I'm like,
to get into soccer, you don't first like train yourself to be able to do 200 push-ups and then start playing soccer.
Exactly.
You start playing soccer and then you see what you need to improve on, then you go practice. Like this, what's what
Yeah,
the lab is
right.
for.
You don't
There's
like. You
baby
don't like.
steps.
Hey, I think I want to play soccer. You don't like look up like top level soccer players and be
And
like,
you're
oh,
like,
I'm gonna
what?
watch their vods.
Yeah.
Like what? Like oh yeah, I'm watching the World Cup right now. Like
I need to
I
juggle
want
the
to learn
ball.
how to play soccer. It's just like,
Yeah, they just do anything.
are you
They-
sure about that?
I think that's one bad thing that we have is that we can see everything at the peak performance level at any given time. So you're like, why don't I run like Usain Bolt? Because you're not Usain Bolt. That's why. I should slap the taste out of your mouth for even asking me that question. Like, that makes no sense. Why would you ask that? Like,
Oh no.
all the people in the
Mm,
world,
do
and
that
you're like,
right
why
now.
can't I run like Usain Bolt? Because you're not. He's first in the world. That's why he runs like Usain Bolt.
All right.
So,
Oh, so
Hmm.
anyway, because we got this back to fighting games, I think we should
Yes.
just quickly finish up brackets.
Yeah,
and
might
then
as
we can
well.
have a more
yeah, let's
interesting
finish,
conversation.
yeah, let's finish up the bracket.
lol, I
finish up
thought
the
we were done
bracket.
with brackets.
We're not done. We're almost done. There's one person I did want to mention, but
Ho, 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 ho,
Tekken
ho.
7, Stanford, Connecticut, Fighting GM, Kudans, Spirojin is in losers bracket, and then T-Call Commanda.
Oh,
So-
T-Call, so the collective. Yeah,
collective.
actually, okay, cool. Haven't
I've
shown
s-
out.
He's in top 8. He's in top 8 at this. I think it's a dojo event or a
Let's go
challenger.
Commanda.
I think it's a dojo event. I don't think it's a challenger event. Commanda is an Osaka player. He's very good. I've seen him play online. I've never met him. He hasn't come out.
Okay.
I know. Okay, so I've been seeing some tweets about this member, and I was like, I feel like I've met all the members. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
On what's happening.
I still haven't met him, and I haven't met Sour Piggy.
Hmm.
Sour Piggy plays Julia. He was in grand finals at Defend the North a few months ago against some random Dominican player who just showed up out of nowhere and beat JDC.
Wow.
That's what we like.
That's what we
like. The homie that stays in the
Energy-
lab and
energy-
doesn't come out at any given time, and then they
Yeah,
finally
the man,
see the,
the,
light.
the man from like the farthest corners of the Reese, like Arslan Ash, like coming out, been like, "Who do you think I
All
am?
right, Nee, let's go.
I am the best."
I think the only thing that the best moments in any fighting game ever is someone who has never we've never seen this person. They lived under a rock
Yeah, yeah.
until this
Yeah,
tournament,
for sure.
and then they're
A
like,
serious underdog.
and then they're like, what? And then you have your tier list, you have everything sought out, and then they're like, Smash, Little Mac comes in. You're like,
Right.
Did you? Why are you playing Little Mac?
Yeah.
And then you get dogged on by Little Mac, and you're like, what is happening?
Right.
Or like,
Like, what was it?
Well, last week at the cave, there was that random dude
Well.
who showed up for the first time, and he.
Oh well, Shimmer G obviously had shown up for the first time in a long time, but Shimmer G was really.
No,
good.
not.
not
I mean,
Shimmer
I come to the FGC days.
Oh, you're talking
But
about FGC.
There was
Oh, okay.
what was his name?
are you talking about this past week?
This past week, yeah, Tuesday. He was
I can't
he
remember.
played
What did he
he
play?
played a really nasty Devil Jin. And
Oh,
Yeah.
Shanks.
Shanks.
Was it Shanks?
No, not Shanks.
It's something with an S. Thanks. Shanks.
I don't want to say skank.
Oh yeah. Nah, don't
think-
say that.
I think that might have been it.
Skanks.
I think so.
I think it was.
Yeah,
Skank.
yeah.
I think it was something weird.
it
Like
was
that.
like Skanks or Shanks or something like that.
I think it was
I hope
Skanks.
it's Shanks.
I think it was Skanks.
I think it was too.
All right.
But he,
All right. I don't know how that got past the sentence.
he was saying, yeah, I
It's
just
not
played.
it's not technically a cuss word.
I just
know,
played
I know.
Tekken all my life with my dad and my brother, and we'd play till 3 in the morning. We'd play 56 games, and he's super good.
That's so casual. 50, 60
I mean,
games.
50, 60 games, you know, just hanging out. Two bros and a dad.
And a
hanging out,
dad.
playing 50 games in 2 hours. Yeah, okay.
But he was
Sleep. Who needs that?
super character specialist with. I mean, I saw stuff he do. I saw him do
He
stuff
played
with Devil
Lars?
Jin
No one's ever.
that I've never seen before. I mean, he was doing like the kamehamehas, and he was doing the lasers, and he was doing. I was sitting there thinking like.
He was doing a lot. He was doing a lot.
I was sitting there thinking,
Interesting.
it's clear that he has not learned this game through the lab.
Yeah,
or
through the conventional
Tekken
means.
Zaibatsu, or through whatever.
Mhm.
Like he
Through actual play with other people.
and
He-
just messing around.
He had played a lot on Wi-Fi.
I mean,
So
okay.
Yeah.
not downing that, but I'm just saying like
A lot of
when
Wi-Fi strats.
yes.
I'm sure Tekken probably.
Tekken's got all.
Really? That bad?
code.
Worse than Ultimates?
It's not
Uh,
worse than Ultimates.
it's
but
not
I was
worse
gonna
than
say- I was
Ulti-
gonna
It's
say,
still a
there's
different
no way.
game.
There's
It's
no
still
way.
It's not worse than Ultimates, but obviously it makes untrue things
Right,
true.
you add frames. You add input lag.
Yeah.
That is always how it is. The input lag is always going to be like a little bit different. It's
Yeah.
just a fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's like the online person that spams counter. He hit
It's just bad habits.
Did you know Devil Jin has a move that if you hit him, you get punished for it?
Yeah.
I did not know that. You know who showed me that? Shanks or
Shanks.
Skanks, whatever
Yeah.
he was. You know what? Oh,
does that
never mind.
work?
He literally just like gets all lightning, and I jabbed him, and he was like, and I bounced off him. I was like, oh, okay.
It's the same move that Kazuya has when Kazuya does his devil transfer.
Oh, okay.
But it's like he can
He's
do it all
already.
the time. He's
I was about
already,
to say he's already transformed.
already
so he's just like,
transformed, so he just does it.
So he just looks at you. He's
Okay.
like, grr. And then if you hit him, you literally just get shot off him, and then he's like, my turn. You're like, okay,
Wow.
this is fun.
And then he had the cool like Kamehameha thing. That
Right.
was it looked more like a
But this-
Rasengan or something. It was really cool.
But this isn't a move where it's like, oh, I have to start it up before you hit me. It's literally like after you hit me, then I press the button.
No, he pressed
then
the
you
button.
die.
He pressed the button, and then I pressed the button. So it's like
okay.
it's
So
more of a
it is
like
proactive.
yeah,
It's not reactive.
it's proactive or exact timing. So like if they're just like, oh, I'm just not gonna hit a button, and I know eventually they're gonna want to hit a button.
That
'cause
sounds
no-
like Lil Mac.
yeah, nobody wants to stand around there forever.
That sounds
It makes
like Lil Mac.
it makes me wonder because Harada, he's very strict about because we come back to the other topic about how
Harada.
not just Harada but fighting games in general don't do a good job introducing concepts to new players.
Not at all. Not
all.
at all.
And
They
then,
make
you know
it.
what? I think Harada's talked about how he purposely does not want to add a tutorial. Heck it.
That's fair.
And it's like, well, no, I think part of me thinks, well, you'd have a lot more people playing Tekken if there was a tutorial. But then also part of me thinks we're not going to have players like Skank,
I was about to say.
who
You don't.
does all that cool stuff.
You
that he
don't want
figured out.
everyone. One, you don't want everyone. Like if you want to give. Once you give everyone a tutorial,
Everyone plays the same.
yes,
Mm,
you
yeah.
create a
Everyone plays the
standard of
same.
play. Like if you don't give a game a tutorial, if you give a game a tutorial, you give them a standard of play. Like this is optimal. That's what it is. They
Right.
showed me in the training mode. This is what's optimal. This is what confirms. This is what I'm playing. And then the moment that you don't give them that, they're like, well, he pops. Like think about it. In Tekken 7, I played extremely casually for over a year. So I bought it when it came out, played the campaign, had a blast. Not once did I ever combo anyone off a launcher. Not once did I ever like
that's true.
if I launched someone, I was like, all right, let me try and time it, and I'll like jab them on their way down. But at no point did I ever try and think like I can get a full combo off this and do a quarter of their health in one combo. Like at no point did you ever think that.
Well, I mean, I think it's interesting because there's certain levels of tutorials. Right?
Yeah.
There's a tutorial where it like holds your hand all the way through, but then there's also things where it's like combo tutorial,
Yes.
where it's like they'll give you like, oh, do this combo. And you're like, okay, cool, I'll do that combo. Honestly, sometimes that's not like an optimal combo. Like
Yeah, yeah.
other people will lab stuff out that is
Yeah,
even
that's
better
true,
than
that's
that.
true.
And so it's like, at that point, did you really just learn a combo for nothing? Is that something that you're really gonna want to hit in bracket?
But why would you?
Because yeah, why
Well,
would
I
you?
think
like-
the argument that Harada makes, if I put a tutorial in this game, new players, they will gravitate to the tutorial.
They won't train.
And
They're
they-
not going to train.
They're not going to train. They'll go to the tutorial. They'll get to a point of the tutorial where they say, this game is really hard. I don't want to. They will. Whereas most of the people who play Tekken, or most of the people who play any fighting game, Smash, Mortal Kombat, Injustice, whatever, they'll pick up the game, buddies with, they'll just mash buttons, and they'll have a good time. They'll have fun. I mean, do we like hate them
Might
for
not
it?
yeah, they
They're
might
not
not
part of
learn
our
a whole
scene.
lot. Right,
Yeah.
they might not learn a
They're
whole
having
lot, but that's
fun.
fine.
Yeah, no. Whoopi wanted to learn Smash, and like,
Believe me, I didn't learn. I didn't,
I
I didn't
played
not
with him.
learn Smash in the lab. I was like, for Brawl and Melee, and I was mashing.
But it's
buttons.
one thing
Yeah.
if you're like I mean I play Smash sometimes at the cave and I get my crap pushed.
Yeah.
It's not.
yeah, I played with Whoopi, and he was like, yeah, I just want to be able to beat my casual friends. And I was like, all right, I'll try and teach you what I can. But then I was like, I don't know how to turn it off.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, like
That
I
is
was,
true.
I was just like,
It's a
I,
mental state.
yeah, like I don't
Well,
know how to
if you're
turn
pl-
it
if
off
you're
and still
playing
be
against-
effective.
If you're playing against someone like Whoopi, he has a competitive gamer's mindset.
Exactly.
He can accept a loss.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
can
Right,
accept that
right.
he is worse than you.
Yeah,
You can't take one of your random buddies.
yeah.
Hey, you want to check out this cool game, Tekken? I got it. And then
5
destroy
minutes,
them.
5
destroy
minutes,
them
and he's
10
like,
games
man,
in a
I'm
row.
done. This game sucks.
You gotta let him win.
Yeah, in
got-
Tekken,
Oh, God, but if you want to keep playing with him, you do.
in Tekken, I can definitely see it being easier to like turn down a notch.
As with
But-
Smash, it's
But in Smash, it's like it's so much of it not being combos, and so much of it at which point being fundamentals or like pinching them into
It's
a
neutral
situation.
game, right?
Yeah.
There's so much neutral game.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people
involved.
give Smash crap for technical. Oh, it's too. I think it has one of the hardest neutral.
Because you can jump,
can see
and that's viable.
Not even just the jump.
It's
It's
the platform, right?
you
It's a
can't-
platform fight.
Yeah.
blocking is so.
Yeah.
That's the hardest
Yeah,
thing for me
shield
to wrap my head
sucks.
around. It's
Yeah,
shield.
if you sit
If
in
you whiff
shield,
a shield, you can't whiff blocking in any other game. But you can whiff shields.
Yeah.
Like fundamentally in Smash.
I
And the
mean,
moment
a
that
lot of
sh-
characters just don't have good out of shield options, right? That's how you get back
Yeah.
in, right? That's the obvious like, oh, okay, cool, it's my turn to play now. That's like the obvious like reversal, but there's some characters that just don't have those.
yeah, and like even in so as far as like a fighting game goes, let's use Tekken for example. If someone does something and I block it, at which point they are then either back to neutral, positive, or negative, depending on like how the move will advance their frames. In Smash, it's did you hit my shield? Are you negative? Can I grab you?
Well, I
Or
mean,
can I up be out of shield?
yeah, not even anymore. Like shield grabbing is actually way worse in Smash Ultimate. So it's like shield
Yeah.
grabbing is actually like probably the last option.
Exactly. And shield grabbing is legitimately only for accidents or misspacing. So,
Or characters with good grabs and no good out of shield. Like,
Or
there's
if
like
you're
two
playing against a
characters that
scrub.
work shield
yeah.
grab. Right.
If
Also
if you're playing against if I'm playing against
Playing against
people who
someone
know
who's not optimal,
who
right.
know this game, they always shield grab. 'Cause
Exactly.
I don't know this game. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is easy to use, but it's like I don't know what this is.
Yeah, and it's definitely a deterrent. Like for Smash, it is so hard. Once you get to
using your space is
once you play to a competitive level, at that point it's so hard because you're not. It's not like I'm doing an insane combo that it takes me hours to learn. It was just I know you're gonna jump. I'm gonna stuff out that option, and you die for it. And then if you catch someone who's new enough times, they'll be like, "Why?" It just feels so helpless. And at that
But
point,
at
you
the
don't want to
same
play a
time-
game that you're helpless in.
But at the same time, I feel like Smash Ultimate is one of those games where it's like not like Tekken in that you have to like keep losing and losing and losing and losing and losing until you learn one thing,
Mhm.
That's true.
right? You will always
true.
at least learn something
Oh
from
my
getting
goodness.
beat. I mean, you
Man.
could always at least like look, oh, that's not safe. It's so much easier to know what's not safe when you
Yeah.
were getting hit.
Yeah.
So
And it's
like,
also you don't need to watch a YouTube video to know how the game works.
Exactly.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, like
Which
there's-
I think is good time to talk about Riot.
oh
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what Riot is trying to do.
Right.
Riot's trying to
Trying
smashify
to
a little
trying
bit
to-
a traditional 2D fighter. And like what is
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
The 2D fighter, yeah, I'm not
Uh,
sure where it's gonna go. It's like
Their
we only
combos
saw,
look
like, a-
cool,
Well, I mean, have you guys played any Rising Thunder? I haven't played Rising.
but
Well, they-
I've heard something terrible that I don't want to actually be true. That so Rising Thunder, their inputs for like DPS and
Yeah,
stuff was
it's
like
one button.
button in a direction.
Yeah, like Smash.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't want that in a 2D
Well, the
fighter.
Smash.
Well,
But also, there's all
I have a lot of opinions about. I've sat and thought about this whole Riot game situation
All right, let's hear.
quite a
it.
bit.
Okay.
When it first came out, I will admit, man, this sounds like garbage. Rising Thunder, Rising Thunder sounds like garbage. It sounds like what's this casual nonsense? You know, it's like execution matters. Execution slows you down. You know, you don't just throw out DPs because the inherent act of going forward, down, forward, neutral, down, down, forward, that process takes time, and you can't. So it's like if you can just do instant DPs, instant fireballs, instant whatever. But then I sat down and thought about it a little bit. I feel like the only reason I was so initially negative because I was worried that Riot Games, a huge juggernaut that is Riot Games, backed by Tencent money, would take over the FGC in a way that League, League, when you think of MOBAs, League,
I mean,
there are people who play
Dota
Dota, but
wants to be like that, right? But
Mm,
Dota
mm.
has like the very niche loyal fan base that they don't need to bring.
Yeah, they don't because once again, we had our TI9 around TI. Yeah, we had our TI9 highest prize pool every year. We break the prize pool
yeah,
record.
that's true. That's
Like,
true.
That's why I love Dota so much.
I mean, Valve is a good company too.
Yeah, man, they're all they're
Valve's
just
a great
so,
company.
they're so about the competitive scene and about the people.
Community, right? They very
Counter Strike.
Yes.
Counter Strike has been going. Is Counter Strike the longest continuously running esport?
It has to be.
I think so.
It has to be.
I think
Because I'm
so.
tired of seeing it. It has to be.
But it'll never go away.
It never.
It will never go away.
They'll just remap it and reskin it, and they're like, get good.
Yeah. They'll update the graphics and be like, it's the same game though.
It's the same.
It's the same.
But
the
so initially, I was worried. I was like, well,
Buy
what
it.
will happen?
Same
in a
game,
second?
buy it.
What will happen to Tekken? What will happen to Street Fighter? What will happen to Guilty? What will happen to all these games that I love if they are displaced by this Riot game?
All right, you want me to play devil's advocate? Or
Yeah,
you
go
wanna-
for it.
You want to play D?
We play two sides. All right, I'll be the pro side. You be the con side.
Okay, I'll play D-Day. So one thing that has been happening and that has been complained about as far as the FGC members, to think back, we have Evo moment 37, right?
Yeah,
So the hypest moment ever. If you watch it, goosebumps.
it's
Like,
unreal. It's unreal.
yeah,
It's unreal.
like the fact that you parry someone every single time and then follow up with the exact correct combo. Get that hand out of here. Like, just amazing. So the input for that is forward and a button. So he had to hit the input forward and a button every
Like
single
9
time.
times, like
for
9,
every-
10, 12 times.
Yeah, for every exact hit.
It's frame perfect too. It's not even
It's
just
frame
that
perfect.
it
It is
has to
frame
be on the exact frame. So you have a 1/60th of a second window.
Yes. So
And
it
he
is.
did that 6 times.
Yes. Something insanely difficult. And now what is it in Street Fighter 5 to get a parry, you just have to hold block and then tap a button at the same time.
Yeah.
So like before, if you're holding forward, that puts you in a disadvantage. So if you're holding forward and you messed up that timing, you're getting hit. Now, if you are holding back and you mess up that timing, you just do a regular block. So they have made it easier, which has made it more frustrating for the community from a pro scene. So
Competitive.
Well, then to be fair though, they made it easier from Street Fighter 3 to Street Fighter 4.
yeah,
And people complained when it came out, but then people now people come, oh, I want to go back to the glory days of Street Fighter 4.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So now they're like, it's a steady incline, right? So like you do things in slow increments. People complain, they give you some fight back, but after a while, if you do little things at a time, they're fine with it. Now, people, we still have access to these old games, so like we still have access to Street Fighter 4 and stuff like that. So people go back and they play it, and they're like, "Yo, you already dumbed it down once. Like, chill out." So I think if they make this league game exactly how it is, and it becomes competitive, if that is the biggest key factor, if this game becomes competitive, why not make all games like that? Because at that point, the games will become like Smash. You're taking away the execution point, and you're doing a more of a bait and punish or a heavily mental neutral game, which it's okay for a competitive player mindset and like feel and way for you to stay invested in the game, but it is terrible for the entirety of the game.
What
like,
I think
it's boring to watch.
So
It's
like,
boring.
what
to
do we
watch.
like about watching competitive fighting? We like seeing stuff that we can't do.
We like the hot stuff.
We
That's
like the
true.
hot
I
stuff.
like that combo. Oh my goodness! If
I
you
like to
drag them
see-
from one
right,
side of the
execution
screen,
is hype.
yeah.
Execution.
If
is
you
hype.
drag them from one side of the screen to the other, or if you do that one TOD that's so hard to get, and you have to get this minute one frame, if you
get
miss
that
it,
infinite
position
loop
them
just right.
exactly in the middle of the screen.
if
yeah.
you miss it, oh man, you actually just die. But no, they get it in the most clutch moments, in the most hard to concentrate scenarios,
right.
where all the pressure's on their back. So that's what we love. We love that crunch time. We love that pressure. But we also love the hard technical inputs.
But what I think is so important is that these games don't have to just dumb stuff down. Right? It's like they can do that, but they also need to be making it where you can have the higher levels of execution still.
Exactly.
Right? So it's like you don't need to just make it so that everything's easy to do. You just want to make it so that there are certain things that are easy to do and they are less rewarding. And then you still have those things like the specific parry conditions.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that where if you do that you are even like you
But you don't
gain
need it
even
to
more
win.
advantage, right? It's like, well, yeah, I mean you don't need to do it, but it's more beneficial for you if you do so.
I think there are other aspects of fighting games though that add to the challenge than just execution. I think
mean,
it's very easy to be like, oh, execution. It's like, well, there's executions.
Yeah.
This
Is that
mind
me?
game.
Right.
There's all sorts of other things.
Right. Footsies, all that.
Footsies and
Oki.
movement. Oki is
Oki.
a nice
Ooh.
Oki.
Yeah.
Oh man, it feels so good.
And if you get me if Rising Thunder or whatever this new league game, it won't be Rising. If it has cool Oki stuff, maybe it's a way to introduce people to the new to fighting games.
Yes.
Remove the
Facts.
execution barrier, and maybe they say,
Facts.
"Oh, okay, this is pretty cool. Let me try Street Fighter.
Mm.
But
Let
I'm-
me try Tekken. Let me try Mortal Kombat. Whatever."
Yeah.
Right,
talking
but
to
I
some
am
people.
I am worried. They're, like releasing all of these other games, people are just like, pick one that they want.
Why is that a
Probably-
worry?
Well, because it's like if you want to branch out and make like just like you said, get people invested in like fighting games. Well, some of the people will be like, but they're also releasing an FPS, and I want.
Well, but,
But-
it's free. They'll be free.
Well,
They will
are free.
definitely be
free.
free to
They are
play.
free. That is true.
Let's
That is
also
that is
be-
a barrier. There's
there's-
a less of a barrier change
Okay.
for sure.
I've talked immediately when this happened. I talked with a bunch of people about it. So for one,
Yeah.
you're worried about them conflicting times and stuff, but legitimately, oh excuse me, how many FPS dudes do you say, oh man, I gotta go to FGC night? So like, I don't think
None.
exactly. So I don't think them releasing different genres of games at the same time a problem.
Well, the thing is, though, there are a lot more people who play FPSs. There are a lot more people who play RTS if they make an RTS. There are a lot more people who play all these other genres of games than there are people who play for
Yeah.
traditional 2D fighting. Let's
Right,
remove
right.
Smash from
Traditional
this
2D
equation.
fighters, right?
Traditional 2D fighters it's a much smaller audience.
Yeah.
So
That's
this
true.
is an opportunity for Riot to potentially double the size of the FGC.
I think
Mm,
I-
Riot has the funds, they have the resources,
definitely have the funds.
and they will support a game if it's popular.
this
Yeah,
is
they-
true.
And
But how do we? So at this point, this is the consumer. So how do we get? How do we win this give and take? Because they will give us a solid outlet for FGC if we allow it. But my biggest fear is that they pimp us out. They pimp us out with some skins. They pimp us out with.
Oh, and you know that's gonna happen.
That's
course it's gonna
That's my
happen.
biggest fear.
How would they
Like,
make a free
I
game
mean-
and not expect to make some money off of it?
If
It
you
would-
make some skins or cosmetics for the fighting games, but give me all the characters, I'm cool with that. I will run in with that same default skin, T-posing everywhere. I don't care. But if you're like, you want this character, you got to buy this character. Oh, and it's a fighting game, so we have tier lists for characters, and all the S
Yeah.
tier characters are.
And
hidden
can you
behind a
imagine how their
paywall.
patches are going to be? I mean, League of Legends has a patch every 2 weeks. They obviously do that for the fighting game. That's not competitive
Not at
at
all.
all. Not at all. Too much.
maybe with the reduced execution, they can.
But then, is that still competitive?
You shouldn't. They shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
They
They should
shouldn't.
stick with
Like,
a meta
yeah,
for.
I mean, that's just.
I think as far as fighting games go, you need a hard patch at most once every 3 months.
3 months.
At most. That's being very
Oh, at
very
most,
Yeah.
at most,
No, because
yes.
there's so many
yeah,
people
that's
will
being
have
very involved with the
If
community.
you listen to the
Those are some
community's
true-
knee-jerk reaction about every fight, the amount that fighting game tier,
Mhm.
even within a season,
Exactly.
everyone talked
People
about
develop their characters,
Exactly.
everyone talked about how garbage Akuma was 2 months ago,
and his meta
Tekken.
develops. Like,
Tekken.
oh, okay.
and now he's
Oh, we have
Akuma's
we have
the best.
season 3 now.
Akuma's the best character in the game. He's so good, you know.
Yeah.
Akuma was always good. Akuma was always really good,
Uh-huh.
and no one played him. Now
Hmm.
everyone plays him because he's even better. People
Yeah.
stop playing Dragunov and play Dragunov. And
One thing that I do
Alright.
find kind of insane is whenever you get like a fighting game patch or buff, I feel like it's more so just like we'll give you a little bit of something so this move hits the hitbox is meteor. Something's changed slightly, like hitboxes. But for season 3 they changed frame data, which is
it's a new game.
kind of
Yeah.
insane to me.
Tekken 7 is a fundamentally different game.
Yeah, like
Season 3 is a different game.
exactly. The moment that you change frame data is the moment that you change almost every aspect of the game, because frame data is your punish, frame data is your bait, frame
Yeah.
data is
Well, not,
Lifeblood, yeah.
not
End all
only
be
did they
all.
just change frame data, they added new moves.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They give,
They
they gave
changed a
every
lot.
character a new move.
My character only got one new move, but it's
Ooh.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
Leo was fine.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
complaining. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Shut up. Why don't you play Leo, Nerf?
Well, the thing is,
Play
Leo,
I know.
when Tekken 7 first came
Maybe if
out
he's
on
good, I would.
console, everyone was saying Leo is possibly the best character in the game.
Mm.
No one's talking about Leo character in the game anymore.
I was about to say, do people even play Leo? Like, I never see a Leo online, but I see him at the cave. I see him at the cave.
Leo's got one of the best down forward twos in the game.
And I mean, how many
Like,
characters?
Leo
Like,
is-
how many
that's
characters
true.
do you think Riot's gonna
Leo's-
pull out in this fighting game? Like, they have 130 characters in League of Legends alone. Like, they
Well,
wouldn't
they
put
didn't
all
even-
of them
they
in there,
didn't
but
start League with-
140.
They didn't
they
start. League
obviously
with-
didn't start. But they started with like what, 30? It was
100.
probably 30 or 40. Like,
They
not a
have
whole
100
lot.
Actually,
They have
Well,
130.
do you
they
think
have
they'll-
140 or something right now.
Do you think they'll go the Killer Instinct route?
in what, like,
they shouldn't. That
In
okay?
what
I
way?
discussed that with someone. They should not.
They should not go
I
the
don't.
Killer
I
Instinct
think
route?
that is.
Are you
is-
familiar with the Killer Instinct?
no? What is
Basically-
the latest killer?
explain?
Instinct route.
Explain for everyone.
Okay, so Killer Instinct came out. They Xbox wanted a good, solid Xbox One exclusive,
Okay.
and KI basically released with 8 fighters, something like that.
Oh wow.
It was
That's
free to
really
play.
Small.
It was free to play, 8 fighters, rotating
Wow.
cast of fighters, and then you could buy the ones.
Hating?
And it grew and grew and grew, and now KI's got like 30 some fighters, got a solid community. The game isn't even at major tournaments a lot anymore, but it's doing well enough that they're considering a sequel.
So why is that bad for? Is that bad?
So, like I was saying with the tier listing stuff, one, if you want it, I feel like for a competitive game,
You like you?
I
See,
like.
I think you're
What?
holding on to like traditional views of how
Yeah,
fighting games
that's what I'm
should
saying.
be.
Well,
That's
no,
what I'm saying.
I mean, if we're going traditional, there was no buying
But at least
characters.
you
You
don't
unlocked
have-
them. You unlock. Let's not remember the grunge. I mean,
You don't
excluding Slash. Let's not forget the grunge days. Of, you got 6 characters. Your main is not unlocked. Let's get it.
we right here
You
right
have to
now.
learn
we
a
have,
different character to unlock the character that you want to play.
Exactly.
That's right.
right here right now. We have 6 switches and Smash with no unlocked
No
characters.
unlocked characters. So
And we're gonna have to hire.
I'm gonna have to
we're
get
gonna
him. Let's get Dark Wizzy up in here. He'll Mario his way all the way through and
I was about
unlock
to-
all those characters for
Hey,
us.
We're gonna have to play 50, 60 hours of Smash just to get all the characters on all 6 of these stupid
Right.
switches.
And that's like
Like,
70
do
characters
you wanna
alone.
unlock characters anymore?
No one wants to unlock, but no one wants to buy them either.
Yeah, yeah.
right?
I'd
It's like
much rather
it's either
unlock
that or you
characters.
buy her and you unlock sometimes.
Yeah, but that
Like,
took me so long. I did it for a friend, and it took me 6 hours.
That's
And
not
this-
bad. That's the
and
lowest
this-
I've heard.
And
mean-
this is like, this is beyond casual at this point. So let's think about that. The fact that I am not playing this game casually anymore, and
Right,
it took
right.
me 6 hours, and I still lost to some of the CPUs because these guys are
enough.
insane.
fair enough. I
They
mean,
put AIs in this game.
I wouldn't mind if
The
they
stream
did
is
sort
gonna-
of like a.
people in the chat are gonna roast you.
Bro,
I mean, I
not,
would-
not the Smash ones, bro.
The
There's
Smash
no,
CPUs
the
are
Smash
so
CPUs
good.
are pretty good.
No.
I wouldn't mind if they did like sort of like a Dragon Ball Fighters thing where it's like they have like maybe 1 or 2 characters that you have to unlock, and then the other ones are like all
Well,
unlocked.
we know Riot Games isn't gonna.
Oh, obviously
Yeah.
not. Obviously
Oh.
not. No, I mean, this is ideal, right? This is like ideal, but this is not.
Yeah,
Riot
this
is never ideal. Riot is
This
never.
is what I want. Please don't
Riot
pimp
is
me
never
out.
what I want.
Please don't pimp me out. But I know they're going to. It's fine.
They will pimp you out. They will pimp themselves out. They'll pimp anything. They will pimp that ride.
Riot, the new Pimp My Ride.
Exactly.
Hey,
It's like-
that's what we're gonna. That's
Oh,
what
man.
the FGC
Oh, man.
needs.
How
We
did you
need
know
Riot
that-
Games to pimp my scene.
How did you know that I wanted the cooler in my character?
I
Wow.
think
Hashtag
there is-
Riot Pimp My Scene. There we go.
I think in short,
2019 Riot Pimp My Scene.
I think in short, the Riot Games fighting game, even if it's easier to get into and a lot more people play it, there still is a space for harder games. And I think maybe it'll draw more viewing crowds, even if people are like, I don't want to
Oh, yeah.
commit the time to learn Tekken. I want to commit the time to learn one frame links.
Right.
Mm.
But
Yeah, true.
like it's
Not
still
wrong.
you can have 2 separate parts of the scene. You know, you can have it's like people playing street basketball versus
Sure.
the NBA.
Yeah, yeah. You just be like, "What's up, dog? You want to play?" And it's like, "Is that LeBron?" Nah.
But anyways,
Takes off
we
his
gotta
mustache.
wrap up soon. So I just want to talk about a few local events.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Might as well.
Chicomi
Okay.
happening at Xanadu, Laurel, Maryland, November 9th. This is a tournament focusing on anime fighters. All you people who are playing Guilty Gear, Under Night, whatever. If you play some weird poverty spec,
Unist.
some poverty spec Dojin game, bring that.
Give me that Unist, baby.
Come
I
out.
actually thought about learning Unist.
Come out the basement.
Unist is a great game,
I
and
actually thought about
it had a strong showing at Evo.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
There's
to
the
know.
Congregation happening at Chesapeake, Virginia. That's coming up in the next few weeks as well.
Okay.
You're down south.
Okay.
Xanadu Monthly, October 25th.
Not too long.
Remember, Xanadu, weeklies every Thursday. Cave, weeklies every Tuesday. Smash at the Cave, weeklies every Thursday.
right?
I don't know. FGC Monthly, November 23rd at the Cave.
And we've also got the monthly for Smash coming up, which the date, the 30th.
The week
Okay,
after.
cool.
That's the week after.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, good stuff. Lots of stuff to think about in the future.
Good on
I'm
all those brackets. All right, cool.
Yeah, I mean, we are gonna see where the rest of it goes. I mean, obviously, all of this stuff is gonna be decided as we learn more and more about the upcoming events that are upcoming games that Riot has. They only teased a very, very, very. We
Yeah.
will see exactly how much they.
Hey man, Riot, pimp my scene, but
Pimp
don't
my
pimp
scene.
me.
Riot, don't take my money.
Don't kill my game, Riot.
Please give my wallet a break. I already have a backlog too long to count.
Oh my gosh, I know, man. But all right, we'll get back to y'all another day.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week.
I'm King Fuyoshi,
I'm Nerf.
and
I'm Panic Attack.
you guys have a fantastic day.
This was the best of 5.